What's going on, everybody? We are here. It is Thursday night. It is 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, and it is everybody's favorite show on the internet. This is the closest thing that you're going to get to the MMA hour in the BKFC world. It is Mike. It is Mish. What's up, Mike?
What's going on, Kyle?
We have a gigantic fucking show tonight. We have the Juggernaut Lorenzo Hunt. We got the Marine Mike Richman. We got the Soldier West Combs. We got the Hammer Josh Burns, and we got Brutal Bostwick Jake Bostwick coming on last. Before we do it, we need to get Lorenzo on right away. Let's shout our sponsors real quick. Let's get this over with, and let's get going. So, with that said, we got the Fighter Friends. Go to fighterfriends.com. Use promo code MISH20. Get yourself some medibles. Get yourself some medicated vapes. THC products, vapes, CBD, you name it, they got it. Get over there, hit up Fighters Friends, use the promo code, and buy yourself some stuff. Go to Patriot Auto Works. If you're in Connecticut and you need your car fixed, go to patriotautoworks.com. Family owned, veteran owned, good working people that love to serve the public and can do pretty much any minor work on a car. I wouldn't say they can overhaul the entire goddamn thing, but brakes, transmissions, belts, oil changes, all that shit. Go to patriotautoworks.com and check them out. Next Level Sups, nextlevelsups.com/Mike and Mish. Use promo code Mish10. Buy yourself some supplements. Get big like the Juggernaut. And last but not least, killfootclothing.com. Killfoot Clothing makes the shirts that you see on our backs right now, the dopest shirts in the game. God damn it, they make us look jacked. But anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and get our first guest in here. He needs no introduction. He needs a fight, is what he needs. He needs Hector Lombard in a squared circle. What's going on? The Juggernaut, Lorenzo Hunt.
What's up, bro? What's up? How y'all doing tonight?
Doing great.
Man, we're all good over here. The question is, how are you? We know that you're working. We know that you're always in the gym. You're always working towards that next fight. But the question is, when the hell is that next fight, and is it gonna be against Hector Lombard?
Good questions. Good questions. All good questions, bro. And I'll answer some of those questions for you, of course. Let me first give a shout out to BKFC, the greatest show on earth. David Feldman. Shout out to Nate Shook. Shout out to Smith Brothers Combat Sports. I'll be out there doing some work. We're starting the first bare knuckle training facility in the world. Actually, it'll be in Tampa, Florida. I'm doing big things. Shout out Susan Sagari and her show MMA. Bare Knuckle News. We loving it. We're doing our thing. We're doing all the post-fight shows for BKFC. And, shout out to all my family and friends that love me. And, of course, you guys. Shout out to Veteran Suicide, Ian Veteran Suicide. That's my charity that I've taken on, and I've chosen to champion that charity for our guys because, of course, I believe our heroes even need heroes sometimes. Now, with that being said, of course, Hector Lombard is always the topic of discussion. And I don't really want to give this guy the big head, like he thinks I'm always, talking about him or running after him or pushing for him. But in all honesty, I'm the number one contender. He is ranked above me with a 3-0 record, and he shouldn't be. He has the title that should rightfully be mine, and he shouldn't have it. So, of course, he's going to be the topic of discussion. When it comes to the BKFC, Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt, as a fighter, as a man, as a professional, I've never turned down a fight. I've never been late. I've never missed weight. I come and I put on a show and I leave. I'm the utmost professional. I'm not a diva at all. I don't really bicker about contracts, about weight, about none of that, which is why I'm the number one contender in 3 weight classes. I don't care who they call. I don't care when they call it. I show up and do work. Hector Lombard is the furthest from that. Since Hector Lombard has came into the BKFC, he's handpicked his opponents. He's divish. He will not fight this guy. He will not fight that guy. He'll do this. He'll do that. He's running scared. And since he was under a 3-fight contract, I believe that David. I can't speak for David, but I believe that the organization was obligated to give him a title fight because that's what was promised. I know that because that what was promised to me as well. 3 fights, 3-0, and a title shot. I lost once. So Hector didn't. You know, he was able to finagle his way around me, even though I'm officially 7-1 in bare knuckle. With Hector not having a defeat, no matter what bum he slapped around to get there, that put him in position for the title. The only thing was he was supposed to fight me. That's where the issue came in. That's why I went to the gym. That's why I called him a coward, because he had to have turned down the fight with me. You can't fight for the title and not be offered the number one contender. So that's why he doesn't talk about me in the media. That's why he doesn't ever bring it up. He had to have turned down that fight.
Lorenzo, it doesn't make sense. Now, I'm not talking shit to the BKFC, but it doesn't make sense to not make this fight. It's the most making sense fight ever. If he is not going to fight you, is he going to fight somebody else at 205? They can't give him another fight at your weight.
There's no other way around me.
He's going to have to go down, right?
Yeah, there's no other way around me. There's nobody else with a perfect record. See, like, even if we justify that Hector could have went to the could have got that title, got that title shot around me, it still doesn't explain why he was able to fight Joe Riggs, which he doesn't have a perfect record. Right. My record better than he is. But what it does do is it makes that no one else without a perfect record can't just go around me. You know what I mean? And there's no one else with a perfect record. So by me being 7-1, who's he gonna fight? You know what I mean?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So the question is, if they can't make that fight, if he will not defend the title versus you, he's going to have to leave the weight class and go fight somewhere else, right?
Yeah, he will. That's what we're waiting on. So
will they pull the title from him?
Me and my coach and my managers and my staff, we know we're dealing with a coward. Period, point blank. It doesn't matter what the fans believe. It doesn't matter what everybody else believes. It doesn't matter what Hector Lombard's family and friends and mother and sisters and brothers believe. I know what I'm dealing with. I've seen cowards before. He will not fight me. So now we're going to wait to see what a coward's going to do. Everything that Hector does makes me look good. He'll vacate the title, he'll retire, or he'll go work at McDonald's. He's going to do something, but he's not going to fight me. So I'm just going to wait around and see what that is.
You haven't heard anything from him at all? He's not said a word. Nothing at all. Nothing public. Not saying.
Well, he blocked you on all social media, right?
Flat out. Blocked.
Come on. What is this?
I got to be honest. That's like some childish shit. Like, you're both grown men. You're both professional fighters. He's a fucking champion, and you're the number one contender in 3 different weight classes. It's just some child, like, to block you on social media. Oh my God. Come on, man. Come on. It doesn't make any sense.
So, like, I've never been one to be big into the politics and the butt kissing and the finagling and sneaky and all the underhanded stuff. I was raised by a master. I was taught by my father. I was taught values, stand for what's right. You know what I mean? All the core values that make me a strong fighter, I bring them everywhere with me. You don't always get ahead the fastest, but I am the most qualified when I get there. Tortoise in the hair. You understand what I'm saying? Some guys can sneak and slide and do this and do that, but then they wind up in positions where they wind up having to duck a fight because they weren't ready. They were never ready. They put themselves in a position that they weren't ready for. Now, I'm the most qualified for the job. I would rather be the most qualified for the job. I've had the most fights. I have the most experience. I have the most knockouts. There's no controversy ever when I get in the ring. There's no judgment, no wondering if this would have happened. It's a knockout after knockout after knockout after knockout. The people I've fought in the BKFC have never returned. Hector Lombard does not want to be on that list.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe he's just playing it smart. But at this point in his...
definitely playing it smart. He's definitely playing it smart.
Lorenzo, the crazy shit that you've put the position that you put yourself in, you are the most dangerous man in 3 separate weight classes. And if he was to go down from 205, you're also number one at 195. And if he goes all the way to 185, you're number one there too. So there's really no running from you. Like, I don't know. I don't know where he goes. I don't know how the fight doesn't get made. But I got to tell you that we have a comment in the comment section that made me laugh. If I walked in on this guy in bed with my girl, I'd ask him if he wants a cup of tea and I'd close the door.
That's why we were laughing a little bit earlier. Not sure if you saw us smirking and laughing, but we were laughing at you.
Oh, dude, that
TJ
shit.
Chang.
Yeah, I was laughing. That's TJ Chang, who's going to be making his debut November 12th at Fight Night in BKFC in Miami. So
hey, good luck to you, TJ King. I hope you do your thing. I hope you win and never back down from nobody. Not even the Juggernaut. If you walk in with me on your girl, I'm probably weak as I'll ever be. It'll be a good time to whoop my ass.
He's probably ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Just wait a couple minutes. He'll be sleeping.
He just had an adrenaline dump, TJ. Yeah. So I mean, there's like, we could talk about this all day, but it seems like we're almost beating a dead horse here, man.
Yeah.
Like the fact of the matter is
Beating
that
a dead horse.
Yeah, the fact that the fact that this fight is not being made is just.
Listen, you guys know that I'm at the boxing yard every day. You know, I post my fights on live. I mean, my classes on live. I teach everything. I don't hide nothing, which makes everybody see the dedication and the time and the money and the worth that I put in. And what I bring is insurmountable. It's a weapon in itself. And so it's intimidating to see somebody wake up every single day, work out every single day, push themselves every single day to exhaustion. You know what I mean? And it's not just for me. It's not just about the BKFC, but people see that I'm not hiding nothing. I bring it all. So when I get in the ring, you know what to expect. The best strategy is to duck. That's his best possible strategy. And I've made that nearly impossible. So now, what's next? That's okay. I'm okay with that, right? I'll be offered a 185 title. I'll either have a 195 title, and when Hector is forced to defend, I'll come after that title. If he doesn't defend, it's still my title. If he tries to go down, that's my title too. He's shown his hand. He has to retire or fight me. I've made no, unless he goes to 175. Now, I'll say this. Hector can go to 175 and I'll give him a pass. I won't go down there fucking with Yuli. I'm not going down there fucking with fucking with Thiago. I'm not going down there fucking with Hector if he goes to 175. But that's the only way. That's the only way he survives in BKFC. And he still got to get slapped. So I owe him a slap. I'm going to slap the shit out of Hector.
You got to get your fries and your soda, right?
A place of my choosing, by my design, you won't see it coming. Everybody's going to think like, he's not going to, pow, and slap the rest of the hair off his fucking head. And then,
dude, so hey, Lorenzo, let me ask you this. If the fight doesn't happen, which it sounds like it's never going to happen, like, honestly, I'm praying that it does, because that's the one that everybody wants to see.
Right.
If Hector leaves the division and completely avoids you altogether, retires, whatever, you got your eye on anybody in particular? A Hero Henry, a Izatula Kakar, a Chris Sorrow, I
think it would have to be Henry.
Listen, at that point, after I capture the 205 title, or if I fight for the vacant title or whatever happened, it's no longer in my hands.
Yeah.
Now, listen, the best part about that is it's never been in my hands. I've never picked a fighter. I've never said, hey, I want to fight this guy. I've never had to. Anybody who stepped in that ring with me, I don't care about your record. I don't care about your accolades. I don't care where you've been, where you're from. If you swam over here from overseas, if you came on a banana boat from Cuba, I don't care. I've got in there with you, and we hashed it out. Each man is equal in my eyes, and we can do what we do. 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. I'm a bring the best me. I don't care what it was. So with Hector, when Hector abandons ship, I'm the king, right? I'm sitting on top. It'll be up to those guys to step up to me. And I'll tell you another thing. Nobody will get in that ring after I win. You know why? It won't be because they're afraid of me. It won't be because they're not gonna challenge me, it'll be because they respect that I earned it. I got in a ring with Hector because he didn't earn it. If he would have earned it, I would have clapped for him. If he would have beat me and won the title, I would have shook his hand, man to man. You understand?
Right.
Yep.
When you earn
Because it should have been
they
you.
respect it. Even the other warriors, they respect it. Right?
Right. Nothing is deserved in this world. It's earned. And you have earned your right to be in there for a title fight. And you got blocked of that for whatever reason. And I can completely understand that. Now, your manager, Kevin Smith, says he will cut your left arm off if you want to make 175, if he goes all the way down to 175.
I'm not going to go to 175, but 85 to 205 is, and
That's
if I get
your wheelhouse.
really bold, I'll go to heavyweight for some serious money. I'll challenge one of the lighter heavyweights like Kleckler or one of the newer guys, or I'll challenge a couple of people at heavyweight if I really get froggy after I defend the title a couple of times or something. Maybe in the future we'll see me challenging some heavyweight guys, or just trying to move up, because I can go up,
Lorenzo,
I can go down.
Lorenzo, what's your walk around weight?
220.
220. Yeah, I was gonna say, because like Sam Shewmaker weighs in around 235, 230.
Hey, real quick. Lorenzo, do you mind picking the phone up? We're getting like a static feedback. It's been happening for a little while, but I think
that's because I'm about to die on you.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't sure.
Right now, pretty sure it's about to die on you. Like I said, shout out to Mike and Mish, bro. I love you guys. I love catching up with you guys, seeing you guys at the fights. I will be at the upcoming fight here pretty soon. Next week, matter of fact, I'll be there representing my charity. Like I said, in veteran suicide. Come by the table, take some pictures with me, show me some love. Like I said, shout out Dave Feldman. I love the show. I love to be gainfully employed. I love being the top dog in the pool right now. I'm okay with the situation, right? These guys are going to have to figure out how to get beyond me. They have a lot of work to do. Guys like Marcel Stamps, he has a lot of work to do. Quentin Henry has a lot of work to do. He showed some promise. He showed some control. He showed some generalship, and he called me out in the most respectful way. So I'm going to keep bringing that up. I don't have a problem fighting Quentin Henry. I knew that we would eventually fight. You know what I mean? I don't see him as a major threat to me, just because of my speed, because of the way that I fight. I don't really see Quentin as a major threat. However, every man has a chance. You know what I mean? Every man has a chance, and I'm willing to give him that chance. Unlike this garbage that I'm dealing with. You know what I mean?
I just can't even understand how that fight's not being made.
Right. So
the fans are not happy. I know that.
I'm not happy.
There will be a crazy run coming soon for the next light heavyweight contenders. Of course, Quentin Henry's going to smack a couple more guys. Of course, Marcel Stamp's going to get off the shitter and get back in there. Of course, the guy that beat him, the guy that's fighting coming up, the guy that's on your show,
Mike Richman.
Mike Richman.
He's a good guy. He's a banger. You know what I mean? Maybe he stays down low. Maybe he comes up again. Cochrane. Dakota
Cochrane.
Right? Dakota comes up.
Kakar. You got Kakar.
Yeah, maybe Dakota comes up to 185 or 195 and challenges me. I'm there. I will not be an inactive champion. Once I am the champion, I'm looking past that. I will still be fighting at 95. I will defend my number one status at 95. I will be fighting at 85 if I need to, if there's a belt, if I'm offered the title. Like I said, if I'm the champ in 205, I'm not standing by letting guys fight for the title at 95. I'm the number one. I want that. So if I'm the 205 champ and there's a title fight for 95, I want it. If I'm the 205 tap and there's a title fight for 85, I want it. I'll give you a shot at it. And I'll still defend. I'm not going to be an inactive champ. I'll be there. You understand what I'm saying? Because I earned it.
Yeah.
I earned it.
That's respectable, man. That's how you should be as a champion. As a champion, you should be defending your titles. That's for sure. That's what a champion does.
The rumor right now, or not even rumor, I think it's been told now that the division of 195 is gone and it's 186 to 205.
We might be about to lose him.
Yeah, I think we are losing him. So yeah, he's falling way out right now.
Yeah, Lorenzo, your phone's on the way out.
But thank you, everybody, for checking me out.
We love you, bro. Anytime, get some battery on your phone next time, and we'll do this again.
Later, man. Thanks for coming on.
All right. Yeah, hey. Dude. So with him, so the thing is, like, he had to bounce because his phone was dying. So thank you guys for hanging in there with us. Yeah, my sister is in there. She just popped in. She says, "Oh my god, my favorite person." Yeah,
and then boom, he's gone. Like a
boom. Way to go, Meg. You show up and he's fucking gone. So, anyways, I've never seen a more easily like matchable fight in my entire fucking life as a combat sports fan.
This is
than Hector Lombard.
Anticipated Lorenzo. Too, really anticipated. Like in this young sport of bare knuckle, this might be one of the most anticipated fights because of Lorenzo's record. Everybody knows who he is, right? What he's done so far in the sport. Hector Lombard, everybody knows who he is, right? From even before, even more than Lorenzo, outside of bare knuckle. And what he's done, and now he's
Bellator, UFC. Yeah, yep. These guys.
Now he's a champion.
They both have a hell of a career, on their record. Lorenzo more in bare knuckle than MMA. Lombard more in MMA than bare knuckle.
Right.
But when it comes down to it, is Lombard had the name. So he was the guy that they were pushing to the forefront for those divisions. And then they slapped this title fight out there on the biggest event that they ever had, 4 title fights. And everybody was like, oh man, it's going to be, Joey Beltran, Sam Shewmaker, Thiago Alves, Uli Diaz. It's got to be Hector Lorenzo.
Right.
For 205. And then Joe Riggs out of nowhere, Joe Riggs pops up. And then we're like, yo, Joe Riggs hasn't fought in 2.5 years. What is going on here? He's got like a 2-1 or 3-1 record. Why would he be getting a title fight? I honestly, I'm not talking shit about the fucking matchmaking and whatnot for BKFC. I just do not understand how that fight didn't get made. And I'm really, truly starting to believe that just Hector Lombard does not want to fight Lorenzo Hunt, no matter what, no matter where, no matter the circumstance. He just doesn't want to fight him.
Well, at first, I was able to convince myself that, okay, Joe Riggs, bigger name. They want the names. They're trying to draw. I get it. Whatever. Right. It's draw, right? But whoever wins that fight, they have to fight Lorenzo because at one point, name or no name or whatever you want to say, right? He's a big name in bare knuckle, Lorenzo, but not outside. Okay, but here's the thing. You have to bring legitimacy to the sport.
And
you need to be able, right? You need to be able to put your real, not to offend anybody, but your true bare knuckle fighters, you need to put them out. And if it against the Hector Lombard, people are going to watch and they're going to find out who Lorenzo Hunt is. And if Lorenzo Hunt can perform the way he has, people will go, holy shit, that guy is a bare knuckle star. That's the way that bare knuckle fighters fight. That guy's fucking impressive. I'm coming back to watch again. Who is this guy? I want to know more about him. Then they start learning who the famous people, they already know who they are. It does draw people, but you need to bring legitimacy to the fucking sport.
And that you hit the nail right on the right on the fucking head right there, dude. You can get the biggest names in the world to come in here and draw the crowd. But when you put the Hector Lombards versus Lorenzo Hunt or the Paige Van Zants versus Britton Beltran,
right?
Yeah, Paige Van Zandt was the biggest name they ever brought into the sport. Gave her a boatload of money. They said, everybody come look at this. But they put her against a legit bare knuckle fighter.
Right.
And the girl whooped her ass. You know what I mean? It's
She
like what they're doing to Lorenzo, I want to say is an injustice. It's a travesty. And take the words out of Mike's mouth. It's atrocious.
It's atrocious.
Shit is atrocious.
It's a atrocity.
And I love what he said. I love what Lorenzo said about when I win that belt, nobody will step in that ring and fucking get in my face. Why? Because I earned it. Dude, there's a big difference between deserve. Like people say, I deserve this. I deserve this. I deserve. What Lorenzo's saying is I've earned this. You know what I mean? I'm 7-1. I beat everybody they put in front of me, except I made a slight mishap against Trujillo, who fucking clipped me. He'd be 8-1 right now if he didn't fucking slip up that one fight. The guy has.
Oh, right. Now, isn't that his only loss in bare knuckle?
It's his only loss.
Yeah, he'd be
atrocious. Yeah.
No.
Look at that. Ian.
This is not a White Russian. This is a Red Bull and vodka.
What are the people? So the people in the comments that are watching right now, you guys, how do you feel about this Lorenzo Hunt,
right,
Hector Lombard thing? Because there's never been a fight that's been more needing to be made in this sport, at least.
It should be a big one, really big one.
In other sports, of course, there needed to be a Floyd versus fucking Pacquiao. There needed to be a Tyson Holyfield. There needed to be these fights that needed to be made, got made sometimes too late, Well, this is ours. This is our BKFC fight that needs to fucking get made. And it's really disheartening and sad. It saddens me that like Lorenzo and Kevin Smith and these guys are working so hard to try to get this fucking fight made. And this one guy is holding the belt hostage and saying, I won't fucking fight that guy.
So what's he going to do? Is he going to fight Henry? Now listen, I personally think Lorenzo and Henry, like obviously right now, the rankings. And if anybody didn't see bare knuckle rankings committee, bare knuckle rankings committee, bare knuckle RC.com, check it out. But if you look at the rankings, 1 and 2, Lorenzo and Henry, that would be the next match to make if Lombard's to vacate his title. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? But let's say he doesn't vacate his title and somehow he managed to tiptoe around Lorenzo. He lands in front of Henry. Is he going to fight Henry now too? Or
I think he ducked Henry too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Am I crossing the line by saying duck?
He's giving us all of the ammunition to say he's ducking. Because of the Riggs thing. And then after he wins the Riggs fight, you got Lorenzo. They even had the in-ring, which we didn't even really speak about. He goes in the ring. That is even more fuel to the fire.
He went into the ring.
How did you not fight after that?
And for those that are watching that don't understand, like a lot of people saw Lorenzo do that and they're like, this guy is an asshole for fucking jumping in there and trying to interrupt this man's, accepting the belt and this and that. But Lorenzo made it perfectly clear. The reason why I went in that ring is because he didn't earn that belt. He didn't beat the top guy to win that belt. If it was Lorenzo in the ring that night that lost to Hector Lombard, he would have stepped back and let him have his fucking time. But Joe Riggs should have never been in there. All respect to Joe Riggs, but he should have never went in there. It should have been Lorenzo Hunt from the get-go. And that's why Lorenzo was stewing all night. He's fucking pacing like a caged animal. Like, I'm watching these two guys fight, and they're in my spot. They're in my spot. And as soon as the fight was over, Lorenzo went. And Lorenzo went, but he also had his hands down. Yes, he looks like a big, intimidating guy. And honest to God, if he was coming at me, or you, like if you had a guy coming towards you like that, looking all intimidating, you might defend yourself right off the rip.
He said he doesn't even blame him. He's like, I pretty much knew he was going to probably do that. The only two things he could do is back off or hit me. And he'd just been in a fight. He's got his adrenaline going. Of course, he's going to freaking hit me, most likely. But, he doesn't blame him for that. It's just atrocious. Man. I'm offended.
I'm offended.
This is the first thing to make me offended in my whole life. No, I'm not offended. I'm really pissed off, though.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls that are watching, we have Mike Richman coming up in a few minutes. We were going to do a quick speed round with Lorenzo.
Yep, we were.
And we were stripped of that by the fucking cell phone gods. Mike.
The cell phone gods effed the battery all up, man.
Mike, I'm going to ask you a question.
What are you going to ask me?
Okay. What is something that people love doing, but you just don't? Wait, people love doing why. You just don't get why. Yeah, okay. I'm going to ask you.
Why? Watch Broadway. Why?
Oh, dude.
I can't stand it, man.
I don't
like it. So and I don't get it either because I tried to force myself to like it because when I was growing up, I saw Grease and I was like, I don't really like it, but I mean, some of the music is a little catchy and shit. You know what it is. It's one of the most popular ever. But you want to know what? Ultimately, to me, it kind of sucks. And so does everything else. I can't get into it. I don't like none of it. Hey. And when you talk to Smiling Sam Alvey, and he said that his favorite movie was like Chicago. Mamma Mia. That's what it was. Mamma Mia. I almost threw up.
Fucking freak.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, dude. What do people like that? You know what? I'm going to tell you right now. Amy dragged me to the fucking some Christmas. It was some Christmas special it was like the Rockettes or something in New York.
You see girls
and I got to tell you, that was the closest I ever came to murdering my wife in my entire fucking marriage. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? It was honest to God, the worst thing I've ever been to in my life. And she knows this. And we went up there with her mom and her fucking dad and stepmom and nephews. And we went up there as a big group. And I sat there like the biggest fucking angry ogre in this fucking place. Just like, I hate all you. I hate this. I love Christmas, but I almost fucking hated Christmas because of it. I gotta tell you, dude, the Rockettes
ruined it for you.
Fucking suck it, man. It was awful. Before we bring on our next guest, we have Mike Richman in the green room, the man himself, the Marine. I gotta give a shout out to my goddaughter Emerson, who is watching right now. My boy Joel, my boy Silas, and Mark. We're gonna go win a golf tournament tomorrow. We've been getting second place for 4 years in a row. We're winning that shit this year. I don't give a fuck how many ringers are in there and how many fucking cheaters. We're gonna win that goddamn thing. We already filled out our scorecard, everyone. We're gonna go play tomorrow, but we already shot a 19 under. So suck it, everyone.
All right. Without further
ado, our next guest is the Marine. He is one half of the main event of BKFC 21 against Dakota Cochrane. 2 weeks from now, next week. Is it next week?
It is next week, brother.
Holy shit. It's already next week. He will be fighting Dakota Cochrane in Nebraska, and he is the Marine, Mike Richman, the gentleman himself. What's happening, man?
What's up, guys? Sorry if it's a little loud. I'm at work right now, so trying to run the club. Hold on, yeah. Let me get that shameless plug.
Look at this guy.
Let me get that shameless plug right there.
Rick's Cabaret, Minneapolis.
Yeah,
Minneapolis.
Right? Is that right?
Yeah, Minneapolis. Yeah, back home.
Come see all the finest girls and get a drink.
Yes.
First one's out in the house. Ladies' night tonight.
That's Mike's club DJ.
Give it up for Cinnamon.
Yo, I see you.
What's up, guys? Say thanks for having me.
I see you grew back the mustache for this fight.
Oh, the mustache is coming out. Come next Friday, I'm gonna shave the beard, and then you'll just see the mustache only. I'm probably gonna keep the hair though.
Yeah.
Keeping the
hair's looking dapper. You're looking good, buddy. So how are you feeling going into this one? You're fighting a guy in Dakota Cochrane who is 3-0 in bare knuckle. He's been through a lot. He's fought some killers, but you are a killer. So how you feeling going into this one?
No, man, I feel really good. I feel really good, really confident in my skill set, and I just think we're both kind of tanks. We're both bulls, but I'm just more talented than him. And I'm not going to be where, I'm not going to be where he's at when he's looking for me. When he's trying to do that bull rush, he's trying to do his overhand. He tries to make it dirty. I'm always going to be one step ahead of him. And then he's going to find out, I hit really hard. He's going to find that out.
You have a tool in your toolbox that not a lot of people have, okay? And I've talked to Kyle about this, right? No matter whether you're sitting down and eating, standing at the bar having a drink, watching a fight, or you're dead center in the ring punching someone in the face, you maintain this just even keel. You just somehow get into this zone, and man, you are like cool as a cucumber, as they say. How do you maintain, like you like, my adrenaline will be rushing, my heart will be pumping, I might pass out, I don't fucking know. You just are so calm and focused. How do you get into that mindset?
I think that took time. It took time and experience. And as I learned to be able to bring down my heart rate, be able to be calm, cool, and just kind of treat it as business as usual. That is when I feel like I'm performing at my best, when I'm not letting the nerves control me, and I'm able to control it. That's when I'm at my best, is when you see me out there, calm, cool, collected. Like you said, cool as a cucumber. You punch me in the face, I got to shrug it off as business as usual. And that's just kind of how I like to fight. And that's kind of how I like to perform. I don't like to get too amped up. I have early on in my career been like that. And I just finally found a way to kind of fine tune it to where I can be kind of really calm and cool in there.
No, Mike's spot on with that. For like, if anybody saw you in that last fight, when you dropped Marcel Stamps for that last time, you landed that punch, and then you like took one look at him, and then like kind of like shrugged and was like, okay, it's over, and you turn around, walked
over to
away.
my corner,
and then we're happy to say that we hung out with you guys that night, and like it didn't matter where we went. You stood at the bar with the same fucking demeanor the entire night. Yeah. I don't know if it's you getting into a zone or into a state of mind, like Mike's saying, or that's just you at all times. But it's a fucking, and like Monica says, Brittany Hart's mom, Monica says, the United States Marine Corps breeds that into you guys. You know what I mean? You being the Marine.
It definitely helps. Yeah. It definitely helps. Combat experience, being in the infantry, being in the Marine infantry, you definitely want to be calm under fire. I try to take that Mike Tyson approach after a victory. If I knock someone out, I think, I'm paraphrasing. People ask him, how come you don't go crazy and celebrate? He's like, well, then when I go crazy and yell, that I'm acting surprised. Like I'm surprised I knock him out. So I try to have that calm demeanor when I finish someone, if I get the victory, if I get the KO, to try to really keep level-headed. Like, hey, I did my whole training camp, my whole mindset was to go in here, knock him out, finish him, go for the kill. So when I actually get it, I can't act all crazy and elated and like I'm surprised, because I just been mentally drilling this and physically preparing for that moment. And it's just about just keeping cool, man. It's I've had victories in the past where I got jacked up afterwards, but for the most part, the later half of my career, I kind of had a cool approach to it, and that's always been really really good for me.
You're far past the backflips off the top of a cage fucking era of your career. You know what I mean? You don't need to be. You don't need that shit.
Don't need to blow your knee out.
Hey,
I'll break my ankle doing that.
Yeah. So speaking of your service in the Marine Corps and all that stuff, shout out to all the Marines in the world for all the shit that's been going on over in Afghanistan right now. I don't know how that made you feel, but maybe gives you a little more fuel to go out there and fuck up Dakota a little more and dedicated to your boys, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I am actually having a lot of Marines that I served with in 1st Battalion, 1st Marines, having a handful of Marines to actually fly out for this fight. So we're going to have a good presence of, all my old Marine Corps brothers that I served with, and probably, some other people that are coming out as well. What happened in Afghanistan, it's so unfortunate, and it's kind of disappointing and sad, and it definitely brings out a lot of emotions with that whole scenario. But I'm going to be going out there in representing. You know, I got to represent. And by when I mean representing, I'm going out there to fucking put on a show, to go for the kill, to know that I'm never gonna back down, and he's gonna remember fighting me. You know, I'm gonna take all of them with me on my back, and but that's kind of my approach that I've always had. It's just gonna be really special to have you know, all the Marines in there as well. So.
Yeah, man, and you got to think that. I mean, I don't know if they announced this, but you know, next step after this fight would be Thiago Alves, which would be a hell of a fight too. So you got something to look forward to. You don't want to look, you don't want to look past what you got in front of you, obviously. But you know, I mean, Thiago has been around for a long time, and it would probably be a pretty good honor to fucking share the ring with that guy too. So
Absolutely, well, whether it's me or Dakota, which it's going to be me, but like this should be. You know, this should be the number one contender fight. They're not announcing it as such because you never know in this prize fighting game. They could sign some bigger name than myself, you know, or Dakota, and then someone else is fighting Thiago. But this is legitimately it. This is who we're supposed to. This is who's supposed to be the number one contender. I don't care if I've only had one BKFC bout. Everyone knows what I do. Everyone knows my skill set. Anyone that's watched my career, when you watch me in the ring, and I don't mean to be arrogant, I don't, but when you watch me, you're like, that motherfucker knows what he's doing. Period. You watch me, you're like, he knows what he's doing. He's not in there swinging for the fences. He's not fighting scared. He's not just hoping for something. That dude is a calculated killer. Period. And that you have to see that when you see me out there fight.
Oh, we see it.
We see it.
I think the bald head gave you just a little bit more serial killer attitude to
it. You stepped in there looking like Charles Bronson right out of the
little
movie.
Bronson look for sure.
Yeah. Hey, so would you call yourself like a modern day Renaissance man? Like, listen, here's where I'm going with this. Like, you run a club.
Mm-hmm.
You knock people out with your bare hands. You're a Marine. You're also a baker. You make cakes. Are you a candlestick maker as well?
Cakes. Yeah. You know, I do a little bit of everything. You know, and that's the beautiful thing about being in the Marine. There it is.
How'd that get there?
Yeah, we would put the other picture up, but I don't know. Like Facebook and YouTube's been kind of stupid about like certain things. We got slapped down last week because we showed a chick in a thong when we interviewed John Nutt. And they flagged us. I don't really understand what that's about, but anybody wants to find out about Mike's baking skills, go check out his social media.
I like to have fun, man. I don't, as much as a lot of times I do take myself very seriously, and I have this Marine kill bodies, go on there, destroy, seek and destroy. Like there are qualities of me that have that. I am that person, but I'm also most Marines that you meet, especially Marine infantry. Anyone that's done any combat tours, we're fucking funny. We like to have fun. We do goofy ass shit. We don't take ourselves seriously until it's time to get serious. And that's me. That's what you see on social media, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook.
TikTok.
I don't TikTok.
Yo, dude, I gotta give you props, man.
Yeah.
You have this bad boy fucking tough ass demeanor. Go watch his TikTok, man. This motherfucker plays a lot. He'll be in the tight shorts and fucking roller skates doing some shit, man.
I haven't made one in a while, but that's exactly to my point is, you know, everything you see from all of it, you know, I don't do a fake facade. That's me. I am legitimately do that. You know, I'm a general manager of a strip club. Like I like to have fun. I like to fight. I like it all, you know, and I hope people see that. They see the you know, my true personality. You know, I'm not faking to be somebody. I'm not doing a gimmick. It's just who I am.
Where did you come up with the idea to get them sprinkles on your face?
We were scrolling through. We were on social media, and we scrolled through this picture with this kid. He had sprinkles on his face, and he was next to this girl with this big old ass and sprinkles all over her face. So Allie and I were chilling. We're like, we should recreate that. She's like, sure. And I'm like, all right. And then we posted about it saying we're going to recreate it. And then people are like, nah, we won't believe until we see it. We're like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Watch it. I'll do it. Yeah.
Dude,
now it's on.
Great. It's great. It's definitely some great pictures.
I gotta make sure I get that back in there and you know, see that Rick's Cabaret, Minneapolis. Got to plug it in.
Oh
there.
yeah.
So
down
where
the bottom.
that's like dead in the middle of the city. When you were like panning around, I seen a lot of tall buildings around you and stuff. Is that right in the
You know,
heart
it's
of
not.
Minneapolis?
It's not. I mean, it's in downtown Minneapolis, but it's not like right downtown, or it's not in like the heart. I mean, it's considered downtown though. We're kind of off to the side, you know, was where like the main foot traffic is, but we get a lot of traffic over here as well. But yeah, we're in Minneapolis.
It's not far from the Mall of America. I went there for work before. We went to the Mall of America.
Yep.
You went to Mike?
We're
You went to Rick's Cabaret?
I didn't go to
a
Rick's.
couple. You should have.
I wish I did, but you wouldn't have been there, right? You would have probably been in Fort Worth. Or how long were you in Fort Worth for?
I was in Fort Worth for a little over a year as GM down there, and then before that, I was a manager of Spearmint Rhino at a different company. I shouldn't even say that name out loud. In Pittsburgh, and I was out in Pittsburgh for 2.5 years.
In Pittsburgh,
yeah.
With all them
That was
Pittsburgh
interesting.
Steeler fans, scumbags. Kevin Smith says this guy is as real as he gets.
Yeah.
The world needs to pay attention. Kevin Smith says this guy's as real as they get. I'm going
to be the fucking champion, period. I'm going to be the champion. It's just a matter of, you know, how many fights are going to take until I get to Thiago or whoever the champion is, you know, how much more of a character they want me to build, you know, how much, it just all depends in this game on what they feel like is most financially beneficial for them. You know, if they don't think I'm the guy financially for them, then whatever, I'll just keep fucking knocking dudes out. But I'm the most talented guy, I promise you that. Sorry, a big ass truck coming, it might be loud, but I'm the most talented guy. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'll fight any dude. I'll fight guys at bigger weights. I don't give a shit. Everyone's all so scared and not fighting this certain guy, this or that. There's only really two true savages right now I see in BKFC. Luis Palomino, that dude's a fucking monster. That dude's a beast. I have respect for him. You know, I'm not cutting that much weight anymore. If he wants to come up to 75, we'll dance there. I'll even go up. I know, you know, we have the same manager. I know the Juggernaut. He's on your show later. I know he's trying to bust my balls like, oh, some 1-0 guy in the main event. Motherfucker, I've been knocking out fools on TV before anyone knew who the fuck you were. And I have no fear going up to 205 or whatever to fight you, because it's just two grown men getting in a fist fight. And I'm pretty fucking good at it. I promise you that.
Mike, he was
I
just on right before you, actually. He's not on later.
Perfect.
And he brought you up. He actually said
that's perfect.
He said there's a few guys out there that are good competition. He mentioned you. He mentioned Dakota. He mentioned Quentin Henry. Mm-hmm. So he gave you.
We can dance. We can dance. We can dance at 200. Like, I don't care. I don't have to cut weight, man. I eat all the fucking cheeseburgers and drink all the beer I want. You know, I got to cut a little bit to 175, but like. Yeah, man, I love this bare knuckle game, and the days of me cutting down to 145 and 35 and 55, I ain't doing that no more. I might just touch people's chins.
Man, well, I'm sure that a lot of people would love to see that. So now it's time to move on to the next segment of the show, and I think you might remember the last time that you were on, because I mean, how could you forget being on such a prolific show? I mean, come on. Now everyone knows about this show. And it's the best show. Everyone knows about this show. And it's
better than the other one.
It's the best show in the world, I promise you. And so we did a little segment called Confessions of a Gentleman, right? And we asked Mike about the Gentleman's Club universe and what happens inside of it. So today we have the return of a gentleman. He has returned.
Oh, return of a gentleman.
And gentlemen.
Got it.
He has returned. The return of a gentleman. So here we go. Question number 1, Kyle.
Yeah, what is the weirdest request that you've ever ever been asked of a dancer? The weirdest request that has ever been asked of a dancer.
Of me?
Yeah, what is the weirdest request that has ever been asked of a dancer in a club that you run? It's the weirdest shit that somebody's asked a dancer to do. Or a stripper. Whatever you want to call them.
Weirdest thing a customer has asked a dancer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've had
or a worker. I mean,
Yeah. We have a customer ask a dancer if you know, if a girl would step on his balls and smash his balls,
God,
weird shit like that. Yeah, there's some people out there. Yeah.
Holy shit! You're gonna pay for that shit? Oh, I'll kick someone in the nuts for free.
Joe Ivy said, "I bet it involves glitter." She said, "Glitter is the herpes of arts and crafts."
That's right, Jane Cook.
That's why you got to use sprinkles, baby.
Yeah, sprinkles. That's right. Much better. All right. So stepping on someone's nuts. Was the request with heels or bare feet?
Oh, absolutely. You got to get the heels in there.
Oh my Jesus! God.
That makes my stomach hurt just thinking about it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move on from that shit. No. All right, number 2. What is the hardest part about running a gentleman's club?
Oh, the hardest part about running a gentleman's club. Oh man. You know, there's a lot of hard parts in it, but you know, obviously you got to make sure you're managing, you know, being able to manage your staff, your entertainers, and customer relations. Sometimes you can have one of those nights where you feel like you're juggling and you're putting out fires on every aspect, whether it's staff, entertainers, and guest customer relations. But you know, overall, the hardest part, man, you know what? I can't pinpoint what would be the hardest part. The biggest, I mean, the number one thing is getting asses through the door, asses in the seats, and selling rooms and selling liquor and making money, right? So the hardest part, I guess, is being consistent, constantly putting in the time, obviously dealing with the certain climate that we got going on right now with still dealing with COVID. You know, our city's still kind of a little weird right now. So it's not, business hasn't been as much foot traffic as it was in the past. You know, obviously with Minneapolis being a little bit different. But you know, I can go into the details of it. But you know, it is a little bit of a battle.
Now, Megan says firing one of the dancers. I bet you, is that really that hard?
No.
Nah.
No,
you just say, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And you know, I'm never really.
They said no sex in the champagne room. Pow.
You know, I'm very professional. I just normally say, hey, it's time for us to part our ways. So I'm never really that mean. Yeah.
You ever find yourself wanting to knock out a customer, and like, how close have you ever gotten to actually knocking one of them out when you know you can, obviously?
You know what? It happens from time to time. Customers will definitely fucking push your buttons for sure. And it happened a lot in Pittsburgh. You know, Pittsburgh people, they get all fucking fired up over there and they're like talking shit.
Fucking Ben Roethlisberger, that son of a bitch.
But yeah, for sure. You know, you get fired up and they're going to test your patience. But in our industry, you know, you always got to take in consideration. It's not personal. You know, we provided them the alcohol. We provided them topless, naked, some clubs full nude women, a highly fueled, testosterone fueled environment. So if someone says, go fuck myself, you know, I can't take it that personally.
Now, San Juan in the comments is saying, I mean, I think we all know what should be the hardest part. And I believe
hey.
I think he's on to something there. All right, let's move on to the next question. Have you ever witnessed a family member come into the club to discover their sister, mother, aunt, cousin, something like that?
It's a family affair.
Like, holy shit, no.
I haven't personally experienced that, no.
That would be weird.
That'd be weird, yeah.
That'd be real weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to tell you, dude. So this is just like
I forgot to put daughter on there, but
daughter. Can you imagine that? Can you fucking imagine? So
you know, I run and jump right out the window.
We went into a club here in Connecticut for my buddy's birthday one night, and we're all sitting at the stage and we're staring. And now we're young at the time. This is 20 years ago. I was 19 years old, and we're sitting there, and the girl on stage looks like weirdly familiar to me. And I'm like, man, I fucking feel like I know this girl. And I'm like, I know her from somewhere. And like, we're all like huddled together. We're like, who the fuck is she? And then one of my boys was like, yo, that's this girl Jen's little sister. We're like, Jen's our age.
Yeah.
Her little sister can't be like more than 16, 17 years old. So what the fuck? And then my boy goes, hey, come here. He's like, you're Jen's sister. in her ear, and she was like, she was like, "Don't say anything." That shit was, it was hilarious. It wasn't weird or anything. We were just like, man, nothing like
it
seeing.
definitely happens. You know, it can happen probably more often than you think. Yeah, customers coming in and noticing someone, and it probably has happened while I'm working. It's just something that I haven't noticed. You know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir. All right. Next up, Mike.
Best holiday to attend the Gentleman's Club. What's the best one? Is it Halloween? Because Halloween's usually the best to attend any party. Single guy. I mean.
Halloween's
Christmas.
Yeah, Halloween's fun. You know, a lot of the other holidays is, you know, the club isn't as busy, right? You know, people are doing holiday things. I would say Halloween is probably the funnest because, you know, we always do a little event, get all dressed up. Girls will be dressed up. Halloween is probably, it's a fun night.
You get to play, everyone role plays that night. I mean, your wildest fantasies come true at Rick's Cabaret, Minneapolis. You can have a nurse. You can have a cheerleader. You can have a doctor. I mean, come on. Don't you want to be operated on in the champagne room? Come on. You're going to give me a job over there. I'm ready. I'm coming over.
Yeah,
I'm about to quit.
Hired.
And our last question, were you yourself ever a dancer or a stripper?
Oh, man. No, I never was. But
I would 100% believe you were. Because of how, like, all this shit that you do and the fucking pictures and all this shit where you work, I would not be surprised at all.
I would be scared. To get in there. Absolutely not. Yeah, I've had customers ask me sometimes, "Hey, can you do a room?" And I'm like, "No, unfortunately not." But if the price is right,
hey, as $1 million man says, everyone's got a price.
I like it. Yeah.
Hey, before we let you go, and we're going to have you shout out whoever you want to shout out, but I got to ask you, how are the boys over at Smith Brothers Combat Sports treating Mike the Marine Richman these days? You happy with these?
You know what? You know what? I'm just slowly, you know, and definitely building on the foundation of the relationship that Kevin and, you know, the Smith Brothers management team. And I look forward to the, you know, look forward to the success that we create and we will get together. And I'm going to be, you know, one of his champions, and that's a fact. It's going to happen. So, you know, I really look forward to continue working with him. So it's going to be our first fight together, and then we're just going to keep building on that.
I mean, realistically, with you and Britton and Lorenzo, he could have a whole stable of champions pretty soon in there. So,
absolutely.
It's looking good for you guys over there on that team. Go ahead and shout out whatever you want to shout out your sponsors, whatever, and we'll let you get back to work.
Oh, you guys got to say hi to my door host real quick. Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Chris, what's up, Chris?
What's up?
Say hi to Chanel. He doesn't hear you. I got headphones in, so they're not going to be able to hear you. Shout out to DD214 Fightwear. You know, they're the ones that made my custom-made shirts. A lot of people are going to have that ordered, which is badass. Rick's Cabaret. You know, I love working for RCI. I love the Rick's Cabaret company, and they've been nothing but very supportive of my fight career. And they're an amazing company to work for. So shout out to them as well. And we're still putting together, you know, obviously our last-minute sponsors, so I don't have those yet. But those are the two main ones that I would like to love to shout out. So yeah.
And where can we see you next?
You can see me next Friday, September 10th on the BKTV app. There it is. Fighting out in Omaha, Nebraska at the Ralston Arena against Dakota Cochrane in the main event. And it's going to be fireworks, baby. It's going to be fireworks. If I don't knock him out early, it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a bloody battle. I'm going to touch his face a lot. We'll see if he can touch me a lot, and it's going to be either another highlight reel finish or we're going to put on an epic fight. And I hope all fans enjoy it.
Hell yeah, man! I was going to say if you want to take us on a quick tour of the place, you can, but I don't.
No reporting, Kyle. Don't you know the rules?
Yeah. My bad. Sorry.
I've been yelled at many times.
All right, Mike, thank you for your time as always. Best of luck against Dakota next week. I'm sure you're going to perform like you always do, and we'll talk to you after you win.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you guys. Yeah.
All right.
Have a good one.
Take it easy, Mike. What a guy.
That's the Marine. I got to tell you, before we bring on our next guest, who's waiting in the green room patiently.
Yes, he is.
Mike Richman is exactly what Mike Hunold said. That guy is the same dude, no matter in the cage fighting someone, at the bar, sitting at a sushi restaurant, eating dinner, hanging out at the hotel. The fucking guy he never changes. He's
the same.
keel all day.
He acts the same way when he's eating sushi and having a drink that he did when he's literally in the process of knocking somebody out. He has the same demeanor. So go figure.
Awesome guy. We wish him the best of luck. I don't think he needs it. He's a stone cold killer. Like I said, ice water running through that man's veins. What's up, Eric Williams? In the green room, we have our next guest. He is a heavyweight veteran of the MMA world, 20-6 in his MMA pro career. He's a BKFC fighter. He has been around. He's seen it all. He's done it all. He fought in the UFC. He fought at the King of the Cage, Gladiator. The guy's a veteran. He's been through a lot, and he's about to welcome Houston Alexander to the BKFC Squared Circle for the first time ever next week. His name, Wes, the Soldier Combs. What's up, sir?
How you doing, guys?
What's going on, man? We're doing great. It's good to have you on here.
Love the background. I feel like we're on a documentary. It looks freaking awesome.
No, we just got done training here at my strength conditioning gym.
Place looks phenomenal, actually, man. Looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how are you feeling heading into this? You got a big fight next week against a big name, but you're a big name yourself. So how you feeling going into it?
I feel excellent. It's probably one of the best training camps I've ever had. I'm over at American Top Team, and they connected me with PDX Fit here to do conditioning. And American Top Team's got great people over for doing boxing. PDX Fit, this guy's on point. Man, it's been an incredible journey.
What does PDX Fit do? Do they do anything different for your strength and conditioning than you've done in the past? Are they like opening new doors for yourself? Because, you know, you've been around for a long time. You got some wear and tear on your body. You might have to change a little bit of the ways you condition yourself nowadays. Are those guys doing some different things for you?
Absolutely. That was the key, what you said, the wear and tear that we've put on ourselves over all these years. This guy, he has tailor-made it to me as far as, like, you know, all the different injuries and things we've been through, worked around it. It's really neat. And I have a way of overtraining. You know, I've always been a guy like, oh, you train more, the better, the harder. He backs me off. Hey, sit back a little bit, go forward, back. It's like really on point.
That's great, man. I mean, like, I'm about to be 40 in 2 months from now. You're in your 40s. You've been around for a long time. I can't even imagine at 40 years old. I am no professional fighter. I am a 20-year veteran in the Army, but no professional. Yeah. Thank you, sir. So I've stayed in pretty good shape, but sure as fuck not fighting shape like you got to be in. I can't even imagine against a guy like Houston Alexander, who's a beast in his own right, he's fought the who's who, the Kimbo Slices and the friggin' Joey Beltrans of the world. He's fought them all. And so,
absolutely. That's what's going to be fun about this.
Yeah.
Kyle, can you imagine in 8 years fighting Houston Alexander?
I couldn't even imagine fighting Mike in 8 years from now. And I got 40 pounds on Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So the big thing going into this, like you guys are the featured fight. So you guys are in Nebraska, which I could be wrong. Has BKFC ever been in Nebraska before? I think you guys are christening a new state for BKFC. You got Mike Richman, who's a big name. Dakota Cochrane's a big name. You got Sam Shewmaker and Josh Burns, another heavyweight big hitter. You got an awesome card to get back in there and welcome this man to the sport. And
from my understanding, this is the first time Nebraska's had it, and they made it legal. So like this is like a really epic show for them, and they get packed a card full of wonderful, big fighters. So it's going to be a good show.
Yeah, first event in Nebraska. That's You know what? It's a beautiful thing because like way back in the day when mixed martial arts was first coming around, when the UFC was first becoming a thing, and like all these states were trying to just block this shit, the human cockfighting view of it, and everyone just thought it was gladiator nonsense. It's almost like that same attitude is back again 30 years or 28 years later for bare knuckle, but in reality, bare knuckle is a cleaner, safer sport than mixed martial arts, and they just need to open their doors up and let this into every state. So guys like me and Mike don't have to fucking fly 3/4 of the way across the country, you guys, because we can go see it in New York. You know what I mean? Finally.
Absolutely. There you go.
Yeah. And all your experience in mixed martial arts, are you happy in bare knuckle? Like, is this a new lease on life?
Yeah, it's a
I
new
couldn't even
adventure.
imagine.
It's a different adventure, and you have to actually retrain and reprogram and to a whole different set of understanding and movements. You know, like for an MMA, you're so geared for your boxing and you're worried about takedowns. The next thing you know, you're out of position. Well, when you're doing bare knuckle, you got to make sure you can stay in that position because you don't have to worry about being kicked or kneed or taken down. So it's really different. You have to really think.
Now, do you think that, I mean, you haven't been in there in almost 2 years now. Is there such thing as ring rust right now in your life, or you've been through it so much and you've done it for so long that ring rust is just a fucking myth? And,
I would say there is, but for this one, there won't be because 2 years isn't that long. That's one. And two, I mean, I've got guys over American Top Team that just are hopping in the cage with me and just putting beatings on me. A new guy each round. So I don't foresee any ring rust because you're just getting your ass whipped on a daily by somebody different, you know?
Yeah. And actually Houston's been out 2 years more than you. So
yeah.
If anybody's going to have ring rust, it's him. And you know what the thing is about you, Wes, is you've been around longer than him. You've done it. You've done more than him. You have a better career than him, but like he's the name. Like people know, and like no offense to you, but people know who Houston Alexander is before they know who Wes Combs is. And it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice for a guy like yourself.
He's fought the bigger names. Like you said, Kimbo Slice. That was probably a big opening for him, for people to understand who he was and, you know, put his name out in the field of MMA.
Right.
You have a pretty long career at 20-6. Houston Alexander is 17-16. So between the both of you, I mean, you guys got a lot of fights going on here.
A lot of fights, a lot of experience.
Yeah. So going into this, it's like a mystery to most people because the only time that we've seen you in the ring, there was a little bit of controversy, I guess. I don't know if it was really controversy, but there was a foul that took place, right?
What, the last fight?
Yes, Adrian Miles.
Yeah, that was – so I didn't even know what happened until after I saw the referee in the lobby a couple hours later. So he didn't even punch me. He ended up elbowing me. That's why there was a guy behind me that was yelling, hey, he elbowed him. That's why when you saw the break, he goes over to the ring and he's watching a monitor. He was watching him elbow me. So that's what really took place. That's what the disqualification came from because I didn't even know what happened. I was like, I really, be honest, I thought like, shit, I got hit, man. I guess it's over. I can't take a punch, you know? And then all of a sudden the referee's like, no, bro, you got elbowed. He goes, he never even punched you. It was an elbow that hit you right in the temple. And I was like, okay. So I took an elbow and I still stood up. So then I was like, okay, I still got this.
Still got it. I saw that tattoo on your forearm. You serve in the Marine Corps?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
How many years did you serve?
I did 4.
Awesome, man. So what we do here on Mission Accomplished and the Mike and Mish show, we like to, because me and Mike are both Army veterans.
Excellent.
Yeah, still serving. I'm 20 years. He's 12, 13.
Oh, you're still in?
13 next month. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. Thank you guys then. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah. We love having veterans on as well. They don't even have to be fighters. We like to get veterans to come on and just tell their stories and stuff. So thank you for your service.
Oh,
you
you're
fit right
welcome.
in on the program here.
Yeah, that's why I think I heard earlier that the other guy was
Mike Richman.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. So we'll have to brotherhood up and get out there and do some damage.
Yeah, hell yeah. You and Mike Richman go out there and get some wins for the Marines, man, especially with all the bullshit that's going on right now.
Absolutely.
I mean, the Marines need a win. The Marines need a win. And, this is perfect. You and Mike go out there and fucking do it for your boys.
Ready to bring it home for the people that have fallen, man, for those 13 individuals and all the people prior to that. Yeah.
So like we just said, we're both still active, and I'm actually the acting first sergeant for my company, Alpha Company in Connecticut at the 1109th. And like, we're about to have our monthly drill, and I got to put out a monthly note to my troops. And I felt like it was necessary, man. I was like, hey, anybody who served in the last 20 years that feels like, it was all for nothing because everything that we fucking did over the last 20 years has kind of been flushed down the fucking toilet in the last 3 weeks. This is a good time. And then for everyone that's watching right now, this is a good time to like reach out for help. If you're feeling a sort of way and you want to talk about it, dude, the people are there to talk about it. Reach out to your leadership, call the fucking crisis hotline, all that shit, man. There's sources out there. Yeah, there you go, right there. Fucking
absolutely
22 too many. Veteran crisis hotline right there. You go ahead, call that line. You can talk to somebody. Everybody's feeling a sort of a way right now. Not even soldiers and troops and fucking Marines. Everyone's feeling a sort of way.
You start reading, there's a lot of civilians that are even on the same page. They're just really upset over. I mean, then you turn on, I got billions of dollars of weapons still left over there. For what? Like y'all just hand shit over. Okay. I mean, without getting too political, I know whatever, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, I know there's a lot of civilians and a lot of the military people that are just like, why are we doing this? Why did we do it?
I like you just said, we don't want to turn this into a whole plot.
Yes, sir.
But like we've been over there. I've been over 3 times. Mike's been over there. The amount of money and equipment, vehicles, aircraft, weapons that we have left in the fucking Middle East,
some serious
is billions and fucking billions of dollars, people.
Oh,
it's absolutely ridiculous. And it's like we were overseas in 12-13, and I remember sitting in the chow hall, and they had the news on, and they were like, "Oh, the Department of Defense has passed they're gonna order 3,000 new MRAPs for Department of Defense, Homeland Defense." Right. And I'm like, 3,000 new MRAPs? Those are $250,000 a piece. There's 250 of them sitting in a fucking lot here doing nothing. Like literally nothing. Put them on a ship and send them home. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, they switched over from like the Humvee to the MRAP for IED, protection pretty much, Those things are like super up armored, massive, like destroyers. I mean, those things are nuts. They're huge.
Yeah.
But
no, it's cool. I mean, we just went off on this whole fucking. We just went off on this whole non-fighting military talk here thing.
I have a question. You have a tattoo on your chest, right? It says Devil Dog, and when I saw, it say Devil Dog, when I saw it, I was like, you can't be talking about them fucking dry ass treats that you can get from Little Debbie. This dude must be talking about that damn Cerberus. Is that what it is, the Cerberus, or do you just love devil dogs?
No, it's the Marine Corps, bro.
It's the Marine Corps, baby. That's what we are.
See, there we go.
That's
we're here to fight.
Yeah, man. So what years did you serve? How long ago?
93 to 97.
93, 97. Did you go to like Saudi Arabia or anything like that?
No, I didn't. So it was fun. It was crazy because when I graduated high school, it was 92, and I actually signed up to go in and to serve, and I wanted to go over. Because both my fathers were in the Marine Corps. So I was like, all right, it's my duty. I got to get over there. Signed up. By the time they put you through basic, they put me through MCT, they put me through my schooling, it all ended. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to sit here for the next 4 years. Just
sat out. And where were you at in California?
I was in Yuma, Arizona. First line battalion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome, man. We love anybody that serves. I mean, we love everybody. So don't get offended if we say
we just love people who serve better.
we love people that serve better.
I totally understand. Like I said, I signed up in '93 to go, and it was all said and done. It was like I didn't have a choice. So
by the time you were ready to go to war, OJ was on TV.
Yeah, that was the big thing.
That was the big thing. The Gulf War was over, and the OJ Simpson trial was on TV.
How wild!
Then we sat around, did nothing until 9/11.
Now, so we got this interview with you through your manager, Kevin Smith, who's a good friend of ours. Kevin's a good dude. He says you're a big biker, man. You guys kind of got to talking because you're both into biking.
Yeah, it was wild. So I'm sitting there one day eating breakfast, and he just walks up to me and goes, what do you ride? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I just, played stupid because I'm like, I'm not getting into politics here. Like, what do you mean what I ride? And so he's like, I can tell, what do you ride? And I was like, oh, okay. So then we start talking motorcycles, and I was like, oh shit, cool. So as soon as I get the opportunity, I'm going to take a trip on my bike across the country to Florida and hang out with them.
Yeah. Good people, man. Kevin Smith, Smith Brothers, those guys, they're building a stable of fighters down there with you, with like all, I mean, they got them all over the country, but they got themselves a hell of a team right now. And
yeah, he's excellent, dude. He's a real good guy.
He's a go-getter.
He
He's
is.
the motherfucker, dude. When we go cover the events live. So we're at all these events, and we see Kevin at the hotel and at the hotel. You know what I mean? Like when we're at the arena, he's he's all over the place.
That was another way. Like I met him. Like he was when I got there. I didn't have any way of getting anything. I needed PD. Like he quickly introduced himself. Hey, like we started talking motorcycles. Like, hey, you need anything? You get a hold of me. I'll take you out. He took me out in town. Got me, like PD. Like took me for rides where I needed to pick up ice, needed to pick up, wrap, whatever it was. He was there. Instant, took me, got me situated, real welcoming,
Yeah.
He's a great
that
guy.
kind of guy, man. He's that kind of guy. The second he starts to dedicate himself to somebody, he treats them like family, and we really like that about him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we respect the shit out of him. He's been a very helpful guy, very nice guy. When Kyle came up with the idea to do this show, Kevin approached him with, Britton Hart and Lorenzo Hunt and started feeding people and really, started helping the show get guests on. And, 9 months later, here we are. And it's fantastic. So he plays a big part. And when we go down or we're, down, over, up, down, whatever, wherever we go for the fights, he's there. And he's always willing to help. Like Kyle said, he's a great guy. We love him here on the show. So it's awesome that you're with Kevin.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
No, back to fighting. I want to ask you this.
Yes, sir.
You're 48 years old.
Uh-huh.
How much gas you still got in the tank? You have fought Joey Beltran once before back in the day in your MMA career.
Yes.
Do you think that you got, because literally in this BKFC world, you rattle together 2 wins in a row, maybe 3, it might take 3. That's all it takes to get a title shot around here. You know what I mean? Like maybe one last run at the fucking champ. What do you think?
That's where I'm at right now. We literally, the way my team has set it up, we're just doing it fight for fight. So if we go out there and we handle this shit real nice, and if it gets handled and it's done, and we felt like good, and we're not a bunch of injuries, we're going on to the next one. So I think the gas is there. I got the right team together right now, so I really think that I have a good run in me, one last run. So I think I will call BKFC my retirement home.
I mean, there's worse places to call a retirement home. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're not playing bingo and eating cottage cheese on crackers. It's way better.
No.
This is way better.
Yeah. This is it's a fucking hell of a sport. Like honestly, when you first started with the BKFC world, like you had such a long career and a very successful career in in mixed martial arts. Were you hesitant to get into the bare knuckle side of the combat sports world, or were you all for it?
No, I was all for it because I actually like stand up more. Like if you look at my record, most of my stuff was knockouts or TKOs. So I'm more about stand up. I only did the grappling because I had to, I mean, I wrestled, but I'd rather stand and just bang with you. Like, let's man up and get this done.
Yeah.
And another thing I want to ask you, because you are a guy that came from a long mixed martial arts career, what do you say to those guys that are in the bare knuckle world that see guys like Chad Mendez and Diego Sanchez and these guys coming in and they're like, it's bare knuckle, it's a whole nother world, it's not MMA, you get ready for a rude awakening? And I'm like, motherfucker, do you guys know how many MMA fighters have come here and had success in this sport? Like, what are you talking about?
Yes.
It's totally different. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know from when I first was training, just standing and trying to box, and you're so far out of position because you're going for a kick or you're set up. But now all of a sudden, like, you don't have to do all that, and you can actually stand in next to somebody without being worried about taking down. It's different, man. It really is. Yeah.
Hey, your fight against Houston, do you guys have an agreed weight, or is it just heavyweight? Whatever you guys weigh in.
We agreed at 225.
225. Okay, there you go, Big Ben. Big Ben 316, my man.
Yeah, we love you, Ben. Thanks for watching.
He's all over the place, and yeah. So fucking awesome, man. We thank you so much for coming on here. What we like to do, we have a little fun. You came in at the end of our gentleman club questions for Mike Richman there. We're gonna ask you. We're gonna do a little speed round with you. 5 questions off the beaten path. Get to know Wes Combs, veteran of the combat sports world. What do you think?
God, okay.
Here we go. Let's do it.
All right. Number 1.
If you could eat only one food, okay. If you could only eat from one fast food chain for a year, where are you going?
Oh shit! First thing that popped in my head was In-N-Out. Sounded good.
In-N-Out. Man, that's a tough question. Mike wrote these questions. I didn't see these questions till just now.
But I mean, that's a tough one. That's the first thing that popped in my head. But I mean, if I had to go ahead,
we were down south in Biloxi, and I had never eaten at a Raising Cane's before. You ever eat at one of those?
Yeah, that was my first time also.
It was. You got to like chicken, but it was like you walk in, and there's literally 4 things on the menu. It's like a number 1, a number 2, a number 3, or a number 4. And it's like a chicken sandwich, a 3-piece, a 2-piece.
But it's made with chicken strips, though.
It's like chicken strips. It's like
just chicken strips.
It's chicken strips, chicken sandwiches, fries, mashed potatoes, and coleslaw. Yeah. That's the only thing on the entire menu.
But the chicken sandwich is made with chicken strips.
Yeah.
It's not like a fucking piece of chicken. But it was good. It was delicious. I have to say.
Cook got an easy job back there.
The thing is, if you choose
$15 an hour too.
If you choose In-N-Out, though, they really just have burgers, right? And shakes.
Yes. No, I agree. That's the first thing that popped in my head. I mean, if I had to think logically, I'd probably pick something like Olive Garden,
Oh, yeah. So you consider Olive Garden fast food?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can't deny that because it's a chain restaurant, and it's it's really, if I go to Olive Garden from where I grew up and my family, they'd probably kill me.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
With an Italian family, so I know. So it's like,
Mike uses words like stunare
and maron, and ma bean, and and bukyak, yeah.
Number 2, here we go.
All right, what is your most embarrassing memory? Now, this could be kid, this could be high school, this could be today, it could be tomorrow. No, I'm just fucking.
Oh, good Lord.
Tell us a crazy story about like you were embarrassed, you just couldn't believe it. Can't believe that.
That's a rough one. I don't know, because now you put me on so much. You put me on a spot. I can't even think.
I told a story once, right? And I hate to repeat stories because I like to think of a new one, but I'll tell you, one time I was working as a carny, right? I got a job at like 16 years old off the books, didn't have my working papers, and I was working at like a Rockwell Amusements Festival, and I really had to take a shit so bad. So I was like, me and my cousin, we were working, and to be honest with you, we made good money. 3 days. I mean, I think every night I made almost $300. So for a 16-year-old, that's like dough. So I was like, all right. So I'm like, there's about 7 or 8 porta potties lined up, right? But there's people at every single one because this is in Bristol. I live in Rhode Island. So in Bristol, Rhode Island, there's a 4th of July festival. They have a parade and all that. So this is like probably July 2nd, right? So I go over there. I'm like, I work here, I got to get back quick. Can I cut the line? Cool. So I go in, right? And I'm quick. I need to go. So I run in, shut the door. I pull my pants all the way down. I put my hands on the side and I'm hovering like, right? All of a sudden, this dude just opens I forgot to lock it. He opens the door. I mean, he opens the door wider than the door can open. That's how fucking wide it seemed. It's like a garage door open. That's how wide it seemed to me. And there was like 7 people in line and then a line on the other one and a line on the other one. Everybody's looking at me. I'm standing up. My wiener's hanging out. I'm shitting. And everybody's staring at me. And I was like, shut the door. Shut the door. And he just stood there. He's 16 years old. Child pornography. He held the friggin' door open and just stared at me for like 3 seconds. I felt like an eternity. And then he closed it. And I finished and came out. And everyone was just laughing. And I was like, son of a bitch. Now I got to go work over here. People are going to be fucking coming over and busting my balls. But they didn't. So. Thank God, because I probably would have jumped in the friggin' ocean.
I had a story like that. I was 18 years old driving across country. I was in Texas, and they have the urinal, the shitters that are just half stalls, So I had to use the bathroom real bad. It was like 6 a.m. I'm like, I'm gonna haul ass in there. You never shit in front of anybody, so you like haul ass in there. I'm gonna do it. This fucking trucker walks in. Oh, dude, I still remember him. Stands up, and we can see each other. And he sits there and he looks over at me, starts fucking talking to me.
Oh, God.
Like, bro, you got to be kidding me right now. You're talking to me right now. Like, I don't even know you. I'm
looking you right in the eye.
Years old. I want to get the fuck out of here. But see, then you go in the military, and now you can take a piss with 15 dicks standing right next to you in one urinal. So you're okay. But my 18-year-old experience, that was a nightmare. I was so embarrassed. I wanted to get the hell out of this guy's talking to me as I'm using the bathroom. I'm like, bro, I don't even know you. Quit talking to me right now.
I can't handle this.
Yeah, the dude was like 57 years old, just stupid, random conversation. How's your day going? It's 6 a.m, bro. We're using the bathroom. Leave me alone. Yeah.
So you want to hear like an embarrassing military story real quick?
No. Question 3.
No. Listen to this one. So Fort Drum, New York, 2003. We're getting ready to go. It's February 2003, Fort Drum, New York. There's 1.5 feet of snow on the ground. It's snowing outside. It's fucking negative 20 degrees outside. And me and this Turkish dude, Vulcan Sarisic. If you're out there and you're watching, I love you, bro. Vulcan and me get put on arms room guard duty. We got to guard the arms room. We are sleeping with the weapons. Sergeant First Class Joel Dillis, God rest his soul. He's in heaven right now, and I love that fucking man. He says to me, before he leaves to go to the barracks, he says, listen to me. You guys want to have drinks? You want to fucking do whatever? We're about to go to war. I don't give a fuck what you guys do. Do not lock yourself outside of this fucking arms room. If you are going to go outside and smoke a cigarette, one at a time, do not fucking lock yourself out of this arms room.
Oh, boy.
We're like Sergeant Dillis, man. Don't worry. We got it. I'm a E2 at the time. And Sarisic's an E3. He's like, trust you. Yeah. So, okay, there it is. There we are. That was about 8 o'clock at night. It's 8 o'clock at night. 3 a.m. We are shit-faced. We both go outside to smoke a cigarette. we're fucking smoking. We're in PT shorts, t-shirts.
Oh man, looking like a couple assholes
in negative 20 degree weather, in PT shorts and t-shirts, smoking a cigarette like this. We both look at each other. We're like, bro, did you put something in the door? No, did you? Fuck. I'm like, fuck. I had to go like across the fucking like a cross-sport drum. I had to run a cross-sport drum in PTs at 3 o'clock in the morning in the snow. Go into this dude's room. He's a 6'3", 230-pound bald man who's been in the army for 25 years, and shake him in his bed.
Oh God!
I was like, "Hey, Sergeant Dillis," and he's like this sleeping, and he goes, You fucking locked yourself out, didn't you? I was like, yeah, I did. He's like, you fucking idiot. No, I got to tell you right now, I thought I was never going to make it past E2 that night. But you know what? Here I am 20 years later. So, I mean, that was an embarrassing fucking moment in my military career. I just threw that out there. Number 3, favorite martial arts movie of all time.
Martial arts movie, shit. I don't know.
Not a big martial arts movie fan. Bruce Lee, Steven Seagal, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I never watched too many martial arts films. I mean, like, I'd watch Bruce Lee's. They were cool, you know, when they came on. But Rocky, I used to watch Rocky all the time. Like, that was the go-to.
Rocky's the shit.
What was your favorite Rocky?
Rocky 3.
Clubber Lang?
Yes, sir.
Fuck yeah. Do you think that Lorenzo Hunt looks eerily like Mr. T?
I don't know.
Big Ben is in the comments. He said no retreat, no surrender. Kyle.
Yeah.
When we got deployed, fucking no retreat, no surrender. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie. It's an old movie. It probably sucks, but I think it's the best movie ever. I fucking love it. It's one of the it's so awesome. What a crazy ass movie. It's older, but it's cool as hell.
The best martial arts movie of all time is The Last Dragon, Bruce Leroy. Yeah. Show enough. Who's the master? Show enough. Hands down. Number 4, Mike.
What is something you thought was cool when you were young, but today it's not that cool anymore?
Fucking styles, man. I start laughing. I see these kids rocking some shit that we used to rock back in the day, and I'm like, dude, that was so stupid looking now. We did it back then. I was like, oh my God. Now I know my dad used to laugh at us when we used to do the same shit. Shit like you'll see the people like they got their hair shaved now and had the bangs or the little rat tails, you know, and they're taking their jeans, they're cuffing them over and, you know, rolling them up and shit. And I'm just like, dude, that's so funny because we did that shit. Yeah,
that's a fucking amazing. That is an amazing answer because just earlier today, a guy came back from work. Did you see that Semino was back to work, Mike?
Yes, I did.
Semino, this guy, a friend of ours, got in a bad motorcycle accident a few months back. Got actually ran over by a car, and he's back to work now. You know, welcome back. But me and him were talking, and I'm like, yeah. We started talking about hairstyles because he has this big scar down the side of his hair now. And I was like, man, you got a line down your head like this kid back in the day. Good night. Back in the day, my buddy Jared had this fade haircut on the sides and he kept it long on the top and he had these designs down the side. And it was before like anybody else ever started doing that shit. And we thought he looked like such a douche like 25 years ago.
Yeah. But
that shit is so in right now.
Yeah, you see it all day long, and I'm laughing. I'm like, and I'm looking at these kids rocking. I'm like, damn, I'm so embarrassed to say I even did that.
Burn the pictures.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody see it. It never happened. It never happened.
Right.
Hell yeah. So,
yes, sir.
Number 5.
What is the silliest thing you've ever gotten upset about?
Oh, God. Upset. Jeez.
The pettiest, smallest, littlest thing that for whatever reason you just had to fly off the handle for it. And then afterwards you were like, what the hell's going on with me? Why the hell did I care
I don't even know.
You know.
I don't even say that. Like, so my girlfriend busted a bottle of water yesterday and then she started tearing it and leaked it into the house and it was on the floor and then she put it in the sink and I started getting irritated by it. I'm like, why didn't you just leave it outside? Why is it so like I didn't say nothing to her, but I'm just like, so she's watching this right now. She's probably going, oh, okay. But I was like, it was the silliest shit where I was like, God damn it. Why you just dragged it through the house and leaked it all over the place now? I'm like, damn. But I don't know. That's silly.
Part of being married, I think. Or having, it's part of being married or having a girlfriend. It's like you find the littlest shit to just get fucking annoyed about and you'd be like,
yeah.
And you know, it's nothing. Like you shouldn't be mad but then again, I don't know if it equated to like, as usually about fight camp, your week out, you start getting a little more irritable about everything. So I'm like, well, maybe it's just that. So that's why I'm like, just shut my mouth. And I'm like, okay, I just got the paper towels, start cleaning the water on the floor.
Yeah, man.
Everything, every little thing. I sweat the small stuff. Things grind my gears, the littlest things. But I love it because I use it as a source of comedy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everything. It could be any little stupid thing, but I notice myself like picking on shit, like the littlest, dumbest shit.
That's what makes comedy fun if you can do that. You use real life because then people can relate to it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh man, you should go on a fucking road trip with this guy Mike. When he really gets irritated, his Rhode Island accent starts coming out, and he's like this fucking guy over here, and he's like, it's just the funny. I swear to God, it's the funniest. I started taking my phone out and just like recording secretly, like recording him, and I got like all this footage of him doing this funniest shit ever. It's hilarious, man.
So he shows you yourself, and you're like, look how you act.
Yeah, like an idiot.
Oh no. It's perfect. It's beautiful. It shows everybody in the world who he is, and it's a good thing. But we got to censor him sometimes because he gets a little out of control with his Italian self. You know what I mean? He gets a little rambunctious. Start calling people bukyaks and shit. And I'm like, come on, dude, we can't be doing that. All right, man. Well, you've been a great guest. I'm so happy that you came on, and you got a big fight against Houston Alexander next week. We wish you the best of luck. But before we let you go ahead and shout out your sponsor, shout out anybody you want to shout out, and tell everybody why they should tune in and how this fight's going to go down for you next week.
I want to say thank you to PDX Fit, American Top Team, Urban Wellness Group, Unbreakable Mouthpieces. They need to tune in because it's just going to end fast. As soon as I put hands on them, it's going to end.
Yeah, so don't blink. This is a don't blink type fight, man.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
This is two veteran bangers that are going in there to take each other's lights out as fast as possible. And of course, Wes Combs isn't going to let Houston Alexander do that in his first fucking throwdown in the squared circle, right?
No, sir.
No. You got to put them biker hands on him.
Out.
The devil dog comes out. You got to do it for the Marine Corps. You know, you do it,
yes,
do
sir.
it for everyone. Do it for America.
America. Let's get it.
Hell yeah.
Right, man. Thank you so much for coming on, and we will be tuning in next week to see you when you're in action, buddy.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, for having me. Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Wes Combs. Wes Combs. Who? Wes Combs.
Who?
Wes Combs. Okay, guys. People in the comments, people that are watching right now, we have a fighter that's about to come on.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna fucking just let it all out. He's got a fucking grudge match coming up next week. That is a long time coming.
Oh, it is.
You know, there's been words. There's been memes.
Oh, it's just days away.
There's been some things said, hurtful things, Michael.
Hurtful?
Were you hurt?
A little bit.
I wasn't hurt.
Nah.
But,
no, I was a little bit. I'm not lying. I was like, I can't believe this. I'm hurt.
Up next on the program, the Hammer himself, Josh, the Hammer Burns, coming straight out of Michigan. What the fuck is going on, Josh? How are you?
What up, guys? You good?
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. You know, Josh, since the wonderful and popular MC Hammer wrote his big hit, I don't think he realized that in 2021, it's going to be fucking Hammer time, right? We got the fucking Hammer, the Hillbilly Hammer. I mean, it's fucking Hammer time next Friday.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
We can't wait.
Dude, love the shirt. Crazy white boy. How are you feeling heading into this? You've been wanting this fight. You've been asking for this fight. You've been memeing. You've been burying him in the meme game. I know that Matt Kohler found himself a meme making app somewhere and started to go back at you with them things. But I think you won round one of this fight has already gone to you on the internet. How excited are you to finally fucking get in the squared circle against Sam Shewmaker next week?
Well, we're pretty excited. We just wanted to get the fucking damn things, just get it on. And it's great. Matt's a nice guy and everything, but at the end of the day, they know what's up. They don't want Sam ruffling my feathers because I destroy anybody I'm pissed at. And I'll tell you right now, it's beyond personal. He's a big fish in a little pond. He's a fucking punk. At the end of the day, he got that little. Everyone thinks he's a nice guy. Now he's a little bitch. And as a veteran of the game, all the guys that I know, the guys that beat his ass, they all said the same thing. He stormed out the ring like a little hoe. Can't show respect. I mean, let's be honest. My last fight was not expected. I was supposed to just walk through him. And you know what? He didn't knock me out, but he hit me so damn hard, knocked down my ass. And when the fight was over, I had to find him, after the fight. I mean, all his people were cool, talking about Frank Tate, and we took pictures with his son and him, and we good. That's what this sport's about. Any given day, anybody can win. And Sam Shewmaker is just a classic example of a spoiled ass white boy. And then he tries to claim that he's some country boy just because he got hillbilly tendencies. Look, motherfucker, I grew up on a farm. I grew up slinging pigs and hogs and fucking steer. I'm a farm boy. I'm a country boy. You talking about country boy ass whoopings? Just, dude, this motherfucker's stiff as a board, and I'm going to put him to sleep. And if his chin can hold up, I'd like to take it about 3 rounds. But, I mean, that's the same. Just because at the end of the day, he ain't fought no punchers. The only puncher he fought was A.J. Arnold's, and A.J. didn't punch him. A.J. played the slick game. He wasn't trying to pressure him. He was playing slick. And he still knocked him on the ass when he's playing slick. So at the end of the day, I'm going to put these fists on his chin, and I guarantee you he's either A, going to quit, or I'm going to break his jaw, one or the other.
You seem fired up. You seem fired up. You seem like there's some genuine heat here. And I'm sure you're looking to bounce back from your last fight. Your last fight didn't go quite the way, but you just said, you and Frank were cordial afterwards. Do you look at that fight and be like, what the fuck was I doing in that goddamn fight? It's going to be completely different here. I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to do normal Josh Burns things, and I'm going to fucking demolish this fucking guy. Or
you got to look. I mean, anybody that the fun thing is all these fucking podcasters and internet people, and even these American bare knuckle fighters are all fucking rookies. Y'all rookies. I've been in this game for almost 8 years now. And I watch these idiots and they look at BoxRec and they're like, oh, look at his record. BoxRecs don't have shit right, because I was fighting in Europe and these guys have been fighting for 10, 15 years. BoxRecs, oh, these guys are debuted. No, motherfucker, I fought two guys that had under 3 fights. Everybody else that I fought had 10 plus fights. So this bare knuckle shit is not new in Europe. This shit is the way of life for them because they don't have guns and shit. So they'll do knives and they'll do fist fights. That's how they settle things up, do straighteners. So, at the end of the day, you get guys like Sam Shewmaker that, hey, fuck him. He thinks I'm some chump. Good. I'm glad. So when I fucking put my hands on his chin and he fucking sitting on his ass and he's like, what the fuck happened? And all his little bullshit people that pumping his ass up. He barely got through a 5-round fight with Joey Beltran, who was at like 60%. And we both know I like Joey. Joey's my boy, but at the same time, Joey pity patters. Joey he ain't no heavyweight champ. He ain't no puncher. He just drags people into the fucking deep end. He hasn't been able to fight a real puncher. So my boy LeVar Johnson's coming over. When LeVar comes over, LeVar knocked his ass out. At the end of the day, you need a big puncher because Joey's style does not go well with a big puncher. And I'm not disrespecting Joey. It'd be a Muhammad Ali, George Foreman type thing. Can I get him before he drags me deep type thing? But Sam Shewmaker going, oh, we got unsettled business. What the fuck you talking about? You are that spoiled ass white boy that literally you lost 4 rounds to 1. Like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And then he don't shake people's hand. His corner and his people are classless as fuck. And they're cussing. Get the fuck out of here. Trust me, when I first came on the scene at BKFC brought me in and had me debut against him for a reason. He didn't fight for multiple years, not because he chose to step back. They didn't bring his ass back. He's boring. And again, he lives off this ain't a fucking computer game, bro. You hit a fucking pad that says you hit so hard. Bitch, you only got 2 knockouts out of what, 5 fights, 6 fights, whatever it is. And Bobo, he can even put out. So, and Eric Prindle's my brother, okay? So you want to fucking build your clout off my brother? I got you. Trust me when I tell you. This is beyond personal. I'm going to fuck you up. And when it's done, I'm going to clown you. And it's good. They'll probably have Dan Murgulata in there because he's going to have to make sure that I don't fucking pull my pants down, put my sack on his forehead when he's sleeping on the ground. Trust that.
You just answered the question. I was going to ask you, where did the real heat generate? Like, where did it start? And it started with that first fight against Pringle, right? That's
the very first fight. Yeah, with Eric Prindle. Prindle's my brother. Prindle and I fought. Yeah, we fought in Bellator, and we were brothers. We fought. No one to fight him. No one to fight. We were both 6-1, and so we decided to fight. We said we'll just stand up and bang. I lost the fight, got cut. I was winning the fight, but I got cut. Stop the fight, you lose the fight because of a cut. And Eric and I have been brothers, before that and ever since. And the fact that this motherfucker, and I love Eric, and this isn't putting Eric down, but Eric had like 5 knockout stoppages. He was stopped like 5 times before this. So I don't know why he decided to go to bare knuckle where it's more brutal, in my opinion, on your brain, like not for repetitive blows, but just shock. And when he got hit, he clearly wasn't out. He rolled over, smacked the ground, went to stand up. He was fucked up though. And that's the only thing old Sammy boy can hold on to is like, oh yeah, I knocked out Prindle. Oh, I stopped Prindle. Like, all right, bro, I got you. So yeah, it started from then. And then this motherfucker didn't want to fight me. See, he tells everybody, oh, we were only supposed to fight a couple times. We were only signed. You're right. But Nate Shook called me 2 more times besides that saying, will you fight in 3 weeks? I was like, fuck, not in shape. I'm a little overweight, but fuck it, I'll fight. Then I get a phone call back. Well, he said he doesn't care if he loses, but he doesn't want to look bad doing it, so he turned it down. That's Sam Shewmaker. So you know what? He knows, and I know how many times we were supposed to do this, and he backed out each time. So he can claim this tough guy. I don't back out. I don't run. Bitch, please. You run. I'm a bad. Look, let's just take personal opinions out of this shit and just do a pure on paper. A pressure puncher, okay, is a bad matchup for a guy like Sam Shewmaker, who's stiff, does this, he loads up that too, bro. At the end of the day, I'm a bad matchup for him. Him and his team knows it. Why do you think Matt Coher pulled him off the internet? Because he had 3 things. Oh, you're a bum. Oh, you're 5-5. Oh, you're okay. I don't give a fuck. Say whatever you want. I'm 1-20. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna fucking smash your face in. And then he kept going. He only has 3 things. That's how unintelligent. They're like, oh, and Matt Coher, God bless him. He's like, oh, I'll challenge. Bro, you don't want to challenge academic achievements, motherfucker. I will smoke both y'all, put both your shits together. I'm not just a fucking meathead, bro. So at the end of the day, I'm going to smoke this dude. I'm going to hurt him. And it's a fight. Anything could happen. So you never know. I could be sitting here going, fuck, didn't mean to get caught. Fuck, he put me on my ass. That's a possibility. But you know what? The fact that I know that's a possibility and I'm still going to go fucking walk through him, I think gives me more of a well-rounded approach where he literally thinks I'm a bum. And I think in the back of the head, he knows, Matt Coher knows, they all know I'm a bad matchup for him. And they do not want me to touch him. And then Matt's like, well, try doing this because it's not Sam Shewmaker. That motherfucker ain't, he got about 2 cents worth of knowledge up there. He can't talk. He's not articulate. Why do you think BKFC was behind him in the beginning? And they go, wow, you're a fucking lump on a log. You can't sell shit. Okay, you're not marketable. It's because he cannot articulate. And then when he sits there and he's, oh, I'm a big puncher. Well, great. You hit a pad, and ever since then, you've only knocked out 1 guy clean. Another guy you got to quit, or to stop, which is Bobo. Let's be honest. Okay, you're not fighting the top tier guys, and that's all I've done is fight top tier guys. I'm coming off a loss. I'm not looking for a tomato can. I'm not looking for a cupcake that I can go smoke real quick and get back in the win. Fuck that. I've been in this game. I'm 7-3-2. Okay. So at the end of the day, I got 12 fights in bare knuckle. This is my 13th fight. All I want to do is fight the best. Win, lose, or draw, that's all I want to do. But this dude took it to a level where it's personal now. And trust me, there is no worried about me getting up. Like with Frank Tate, complete switch of opponent 4 days before the fight. I go from a midget of Dylan Kleckler, who's a little man. I stood next to him. He's like, yeah, he's all roided up, but he's like, that thin. He ain't real muscle. He's a blown up 205er. Fucking same thing with fucking Hillbilly. He's literally 237 his last fight, and he still had a gut. He still had a belly. Okay, I cut from 295 to get to heavyweight. All right, I'm a real heavyweight. I hit like a real heavyweight. I don't just hit a little pad and oh my god, I'm so awesome. No, this ain't the early days of BKFC. We're moving past all that gimmicky bullshit. We're going to real shit. Let's go into the real paperwork. I have 100% KO ratio. All 7 of my wins are by knockouts under 7 minutes. Okay, and all my stoppages. And I haven't been knocked out. The last one with Frank, that was me verbally going, fuck it, it's not my day. I just kept getting knocked on my ass by sheer force. It wasn't putting me in La La Land, but my head looked like Quasimodo. It was Frank's night. So besides that fight, all the other ones were cuts. So
dude, we were there, Josh, and we all honest to God, you shocked us that night because we all thought that you took Frank Tate on a short notice. Josh's gonna walk through him real quick, but then that night your head was on a pole, man. You were standing still, just getting fucking popped, and we're like, what the fuck is he doing? Well, how come he's not he's not moving? What's going on? Was there something going on with you that night, or is it just wasn't your night?
Nah, man. Frank and I both talked after the fight. I know he won, but there was something in the air. He felt weird. I felt weird. It was just like I was in sand. And if you could see when we tied up, we basically laid on each other. When we were in a tie up, that's where I should have been dangerous. And I was just leaning. And he was just leaning. And like he did his job better than me. But we both felt like it was a funky, weird something in the air. We both felt that way. Now, granted, Frank got the win. But I was just like in quicksand, man. I had great camp. I was in great shape. I just think, for me, it's a lot. It's mental and emotional. And I had nothing against Frank. He's a good dude. Went out there and I didn't have the same fire. I'll be honest with you. When I found out the Monday of the week of the fight that DC pulled out, it was just like deflating the balloon, And then when I was on a conference call with Dave and Nate, and I didn't even let them finish. I was like, I'll fight whoever. Just fight. Like, it was stupid. It wasn't business smart, And they were laughing because, like, at least let's tell you who it is, And that's my fault. That's a rookie mistake from a veteran. I shouldn't have done that. I should have been smarter about it because Frank Tate's a dangerous fight for anybody. And his dynamics and his size, you have to train for that. He's not somebody you can just take on the fly, in my opinion. So. There is no excuse, man. At the end of the day, I felt great. And the reason I was because I was in such great shape, every time he knocked me down, I mean, it was sheer force. It wasn't like, oh my God, like I was in La La Land. It literally hit me so hard that it knocked me on my ass. I'm like, holy Christ. So roll over, get on my knee, wait for the count, stand up. And then if you saw every time after he knocked me down, I high-fived him. Like, hey, good job.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know what to trust me. It was just whatever. It was what it was.
It was kind of wild. And when we talked before, after the fight, and I asked you, did you find out because the way that like your Facebook post lined up with when they actually released that the fight was changing hands, basically that, Kleckler was out, Tate was in, it kind of looked online like you would have found out when you were on the plane, but you had told us like, oh no, I did find out before you guys all did. Obviously they would tell you first, but I mean, it definitely still, I would think, not being a fighter, but just even as a fan looking at it, like, man, that must be a mind fuck after the fact because you've trained all this time and you go, yeah, I'll take anybody, let me go. And then you're fighting a completely different guy, just completely different. And it's got to like kind of twist your mind a little bit, even though, you want to just fight anybody because you just had that fighter mindset that you just will fuck anybody up. You're ready for it, but there has to be something small that just kind of like in the back of your mind, like, but he's a little bit different,
Yeah, it's different. And I think that before Frank and I fought, probably fucked my head even more, which pissed me off. And I tried to be nice, but, after all this, I see, Dylan Kleckler gets online and talks shit. So I don't give a fuck about Pretty Boy, So at the end of the day, I saw that motherfucker walk up to me at the front gates of the venue, not limping. Now, mind you, I'm educated in exercise physiology. Okay. That's where my education's at.
Yeah. Hamstring injury.
Claiming that you had a torn hamstring, bitch, even if it was a grade 2, grade 3, you would be on crutches, you'd be gimping, he was smiling, laughing, walking around just fine. No, you were a pussy and you had a little injury, so you thought you pull out. You think I was going into the fight 100% healthy? No fighter goes into a fight 100% healthy. And the fact that you were walking around that arena, laughing, joking, having a good time, walking without a gimp, bro, I don't want to hear that shit. So that fucked with my head a little bit because I'm like, yo, this dude straight up pulled a Shewmaker. He's pulling the fuck out. Like, and then, like I said, Frank Tate and I, we had nothing but cordial. We sat back, joked during medicals. Like, it was what, hell, we took pictures when we were doing the weigh-ins. It was, it was what it was, and that's my fault for probably not getting up. But, all credit goes to Frank, man. I mean, he hits like a damn fucking truck. So, it wasn't like it was knocking me out, but he hit me hard enough to knock my big ass on my ass with sheer force. So it was impressive.
Now, in the comment section, someone said, "Weird question. How do you get a fight against a ranked number 2 fighter after losing to an unranked fighter?" I think you answered that earlier. First of all, Frank Tate is no unranked fighter. He is right there in the top 5 heavyweights in there. So to call Frank Tate a nobody is disrespectful. but you also said you're not trying to fight schmucks. You want top level competition. And remember, Josh and Dylan were supposed to be a title eliminator. You were one step away from a title shot if you were to beat Dylan Kleckler. So there's the answer to that question. After Sam Shewmaker, not looking past your upcoming opponent, do you think you beat Sam Shewmaker? You're right back in title talks after.
No, I know that. Yeah, I know that I'm in. I know that I am. And if I can knock him out, trust me, AJ's a little nervous right now because he thinks he's got this heavyweight title. They haven't announced it. If I can do something that he's never done, no one else has ever done, and I just smoke Sam Shewmaker. I mean, he just fought Joey. Now, granted, it was a boring ass fight, but if I go in there and fucking destroy this dude like you don't belong, there's going to be issues. And I'm not taking away AJ's shot. Sure, him and Joey can go fucking fight. If AJ fights the way he fought with Mick Terrell, but then again, it's not taken away from my boy Mick because Mick Terrell's my boy, but Mick coming off a 3-year layoff, not done shit, coming off and then going to Mexico, all the bullshit, bro. It's an asterisk win for AJ at best. So it's not the same. It's not the same Mick Terrell that I met when I flew over the UK. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna smoke Sam Shewmaker. I'll wait. But my next fight will be for the title. There's unless I know DC's supposed to fight Tate. I think that I did watch the fight. I listened to Frank, and I did look at the fight. I saw 3 times where he got hit in the back of the head. Tate, Frank told me there were 6. I saw 3 clear shots to the back of the head, and this is when it was new, so they weren't fucking saying shit. So when I first evaluated Tate, I said that Frank quit, and I said it to this day. Everyone's like, "Oh, you called him a bum." No, and then Matt Coer's got the fucking balls, the little fucking ginger balls to say, "Oh, Burns is walking around saying this is give me." No, I don't say that about anything. Like, so he's full of shit. I don't say that about anything. All I said was, yes, Frank Tate quit. I thought he was a quitter. I didn't pay attention to that he got hit in the back of the head. I say quit. I told Frank, I said, Frank, I think you quit. When you fought DC, you quit. And he goes, well, Josh, let me tell you. And he broke it down for me. He goes, why the fuck would I keep getting back up and they let him hit me in the back of the head? So I respect that. And I go, okay, I got to watch the fight. Watch the fight and saw 3 shots myself. So, at the end of the day, and then people are like, oh, how do you get this fight? Motherfuckers, this is the great thing about the internet. All you fucking keyboard warriors ain't done shit in your lives. I'm the most experienced fucking American heavyweight bare knuckle fighter. I got 7 wins all by KOs. I got 3 losses. I deserve to be in the top 3. And when I smoke Sam Shewmaker, y'all gonna shut the fuck up. Y'all gonna be back sucking my asshole, being like, oh yeah, Burns is great. Burns is great. Oh, he's a power puncher. Man, y'all can fucking suck a dick, man. I don't really care. At the end of the day, I'm done being the nice guy that I've always been all the way through, because at the end of the day, it gets me nowhere. And you get all these people that get on these internets and they start talking, and it's like, first of all, you look like drives me nuts. There's females and shit that get on this thing and they start, and they're friends with some podcaster, and they start talking like, you look like a fucking melted candle Oompa Loompa. Like, you look like you get out of wind walking upstairs. How the fuck you can even talk to any of us? I don't give a fuck if you're talking to somebody that's 0-4. They got in there 4 times, more than anything you've ever done in your life. So I'm a little bit irritated, and American people are definitely amateurs when it comes to this bare knuckle, especially BKFC. What are we going, 4 years? Woohoo, 4 years. That's fucking nothing.
Barely.
Look at the UFC. Look at the
with
UFC.
COVID, it might be like 2.
Right. So, look at that shit. So at the end of the day, I'm besides a guy named Eric Olson, who's controversial, whatever, but Eric's my boy. I like Eric. He's very respectful to me and my family. So until you do me wrong, I don't give a fuck what you do to other people. At the end of the day, that's the only other American fighter, bare knuckle fighter, that has as many fights as I do, that's as active as I have been, that went overseas. Melvin Gillard went over there a couple times. There's a couple guys, like Julian went over there, but all these guys went once, twice. That's it. Bro, I went there. I was there 4.5 years consistently. Okay. Got all my fights in. So at the end of the day, I'm the only one getting off a flight, 15-hour flight, walk into the venue, weigh in, because you got to weigh in the day of the fight, going back to the fighter house for an hour nap, going back and fighting, and then getting back on the plane in the morning, going home. Like, dude, it just drives me a little bit fucking nuts with all these people that literally don't know their ass from the hole in the ground, and they all gonna have these little remarks like, and these ranking systems. Are you fucking kidding me? Look, there's some new crew that came up with some ranking. Like, you look at the ranking, like, the fuck you guys like, bro. It's beyond stupid, and that's why the BKFC and the Hall of Fame, Scott, they laugh at it. They're like, yo, literally, you guys are you're late to the fucking party, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, we're gonna run the party. Bitches, you are late. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. How about you get another 4 years experience, and then you can start talking because you're just now learning the ropes. You feel me? So I mean, there you go.
I have to admit, I was asked to be a part of the committee, and I went in with these guys, and there is 9 people. And no offense to you Mike. Or anything, I fucking goddamn it, I'm a piece of shit. All right, fine.
Mike,
no,
but
to be honest, there was a lot of argument and a lot, behind the scenes of who's going to be where and stuff like that. And it was as legitimate as we could argue, and it was all put into like an actual everybody says who their top 5 is, and it goes into a matrix, and that's what happened. But I hear you. You're the guy in there. You're the guy fighting, so I totally understand where you're coming from. I don't got any fucking experience in the ring. So
listen, I'm biased because I'm the fighter. You're not biased because you're outside. You're taking a non-biased approach. Great, cool. This is how fucking silly the ranking is. You all put my training partner, and if Chris Fish is watching, he better back this shit up. Otherwise, I'll record the next time we train. You got Chris Fish or Jason Fish.
Yep,
Fish. Are you fucking kidding me? The reason he went to a fucking cruiserweight is because he don't want to, bro, I love my boy, and he's a beast. He's a mini me. But it's exactly what I just said, a mini me. Okay? No. You guys, you're so fucking far off. And they're like, well, he did win 2 at heavyweight. Right. Who'd he fight? Let's be honest, bro. They fed him. They fed him cans. Even Jay know that. Now, Jay fucked up this last fight because he took too goddamn long before he dropped his weight. That was Jay's biggest problem. If Jay would have cut weight better, I think he would have ran through Quentin. That's my opinion. I love Quentin. Quentin's a great guy. Quentin did what he had to do. But I know Jason's capabilities, and Jason fucked himself by not cutting correctly and having to cut 25 pounds the day before weigh-ins.
It was rough.
Yeah, so not good. Okay, I think you guys interviewed him. You saw him how sucked in and sucked.
Yeah, he was having a hard time talking the day of the weigh-in. He told us straight up that the weigh-in, the weight cut didn't have anything to do with it. But honest to God, how could it not, man? He looked so drawn out. He looked like he was having a hard time even talking. We love Jay Fish just like you do, and
my boy.
And Jay definitely had a hard weight cut, and it took a lot out of him. Before we let you go, Josh, you are obviously fired the fuck up for this fight. You want to go at fucking Sam Shewmaker so bad. We're gonna give you a second to say whatever you want to say real quick before we let you go. But I wanted to ask you one question. What did you think about? And I don't know if I'm going to be crossing the line here. What did you think about the matchmaking? Putting Justin Thornton in the ring with Dylan Kleckler last because I feel like they served that kid up on a platter and it was dangerous.
Yeah, well, look, at the end of the day, Nate is my boy. Nate Shook's my boy. I love him. I love Katie. I like Dave. They're all my family. But at the end of the day, you have to use your fucking head better than that. And at the end of the day, it's really not Nate. You know who it's on? It's on the Mississippi fucking Commission. Those idiots. Okay, when I fought Chris Sile, I wasn't allowed to come in at 275 like I normally weigh because there is no limit at Mississippi. There is no limit. So, but I had to be within, they wanted me around 265 because they thought Chris would come in at 230, so it'd be closer in range. The reality is Dylan Kleckler, it's shameful that he took the fight. He took a guy that was 6'18", who was an actual 205er, and he came in the fight 211. And I said that on a comment, and Kleckler defending. Wait, what? You don't even know what you're talking about. He was 214. Right there, you fucking dipshit. That his wife's hair products going to his head. You just argued about 3 pounds when you weigh damn near 250. Okay, right. The guy is
scary, man.
It was bad, and on top of it, he pushed Kleckler all over the ring. He pushed him all over the ring until he got caught. So at the end of the day, it was a bad matchup. And if I was Dylan, me personally, I'd be like, yo, that's not a fight I would take. I would step aside, if they wouldn't give me somebody a little better. But then again, there's different people. There's people like the pad records, okay? And there's people like me. I'm okay, I got losses on my record, but look at the people I fought compared to the fucking bums that he fought. There you go. Simple as that.
There you go. I was wondering if everybody felt the same sentiment that we did. I really felt like they fed that kid to the wolves and it was dangerous, and they really need to think about that a little more before they go feeding somebody someone just to put another W on the record. You know what I mean? But we'll just let that go. We thank you for having, you're on here for another half an hour. You always deliver a great interview. Before we let you go, your huge fight next Friday, Sam Shewmaker, BKFC 21 in Nebraska for the first time. Final words. Sponsors are at the bottom. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, no, just appreciate everybody tuning in. Want to say thanks to Tiger Life with my main sponsor, Fire Savvy, and Latham Law Group. And as far as tuning into the fight, at the end of the day, man, if you want to fucking see a real heavyweight, tune the fuck in, because I'm gonna literally show the difference between a small town, a big fish in a little town, and a real motherfucker. I'm gonna break his jaw. You watch.
We're excited to see it. We cannot wait for next Friday night. The Hammer,
right,
Josh Burns, is fired up, man. He's fucking fired up, and we love it. Thank you for coming on, Josh.
Thanks for coming on, Josh. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Later.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, man.
Yo, man, that guy is fucking fired up, and I think he wants to kill that man.
I'm gonna have to put on weight because I think he's gonna knock me out too. Shit.
I mean, yeah, you and your bum ass fucking.
What the hell did I do? God damn it. I got on the show tonight. I didn't realize that I was going to fucking now have to watch my back. Josh Burns going to fucking knock me out now, too. Jesus Christ.
Listen, hey, I'm just going to say it right now. You deserve it.
I'm a fucking real fucking.
Hey, but anyways,
I'm a real bookyak, huh?
You're fucking stunad. You and the whole group, bunch of stunads. Hey, we got one last guest for the evening tonight. He was
last but not least.
Last but certainly not least. He was with Jake Paul down at the Tyron Woodley fight the other day. He's all over the social media. He's got his girl Stefi's going to be fighting soon, throwing weights around. This guy is a fucking beast, and I can't wait to talk to him. We got all kinds of shit to talk and ask about him. His name is Jake Brutal Bostwick. What's up?
What's happening, son?
Oh man, this guy.
How we doing, fellas?
Okay, first of all, the guy never has a fucking shirt on. Never has a shirt on.
Fuck shirts. What the fuck is a shirt? What is this fucking thing? Get it off me.
Take it off, son. What are you doing?
Take it off, Mike.
You don't want to see this fucking taco meat sticking out the top here. You fucking
Bruv, you
pass
need
out.
Bruv.
Need a fucking tan is what I need. Need a little bit of light.
Hey, so what's going on? All right, so we got Jake Bostwick here. I mean, he's a veteran in the fight game. He's got one big win over Tyler Vogel. He had a brutal fight against Julian Lane at BKFC 18. That was a fucking banger. You came out on the losing end, but I gotta tell you, man, at least we got some good goddamn pictures of you looking like a motherfucking savage in that fight, right?
That was definitely a messy one, son. Proper.
It was.
No, it was, man. Like, I don't know. I was ready. I felt I was ready. Everything was, was dialed in. I had a few things going on in my personal life, so maybe a few things weren't just working right. And yeah, my head weren't in it that evening, man. I was just 1 second behind everything, just. I had a lot of shots, son. Yo, I was taking them jabs in the face. Bro, it was a sensation I've never experienced, honestly, not like that. But honestly, it really was my biggest fucking lesson, son. It really was, and it really woke me up. So, yeah, man, I'm super looking forward to getting back in there and actually trying to show what, I'm capable of, and, drop a body, son, for sure.
Dude, there's nothing more, there's no bigger lesson in life than a loss. You know what I mean? You take a L. You learn from it and you get better. Even the greatest of all time got fucking L's on their record. Nobody's undefeated. And fuck Floyd Mayweather. Come on, man. That 50-0 record. Come on.
Yo, that's something else. Yeah. No, but honestly, when it comes to losses, when it comes to anything experience-wise and you fuck up, it's like, it's a feeling like I don't want to feel like before. Like I've missed weight before, and I've had super bad cuts, and it's like weight cuts, and it's like I'll never put myself in that situation ever again. But I've learned from it, I really have. I've had a very interesting journey, very interesting path to where I'm at right now, But yeah, man, what a journey it's been, and like I'm still evolving. I'm 32 this year. I feel like I'm starting to get to a point where I'm hitting my prime, You know, physically, I'm always prepared. I'm always ready for everything, but it's just always, you know, under that spotlight, that pressure, you know. But honestly, I think that last fight was a wake-up call. And honestly, being with Jake and the squad over, you know, in Puerto Rico and then going to Ohio with them and walking out on that stage with them, like, it was absolutely like so eye-opening to like, I want this, you know, and I'm gonna get it, you know. And
now you brought up your journey to get you where you are. Anybody that doesn't follow this guy on social media, go on his Instagram, follow his Instagram and shit, because your journey is a fucking crazy one, man. Like you're like working out with Timberland one day, you're fucking boxing with Jake Paul another day. You and Stefi Cohen, are you guys still a thing? Are you
no, we're just buddies, mate. We're just friends.
You're just buddies, dude. So you got a buddy that's a fucking like 22 world record fucking power lifter who's about to box.
And she's a beast.
Yeah, she's a beast.
Beast.
Yeah, I mean, like, if nothing else, you got a fucking entertaining life. How in the hell have you managed to get yourself into some of these situations? Like, how the hell?
Because I'm Bostwick, son.
Yeah. How do you end up?
Fuck with Bostwick.
How do you end up at Timberland's house, fucking training with him?
Bro, listen, that's what I mean. It's crazy, bro. From Southeast London, bro. I grew up, fighting on the doors, you know, working the doors and stuff, dealing with dramas all the time, like madness. Fighting though, like, you know, as a professional, still doing that. Obviously, working a side job because I never was paid enough. Yeah, man, like, it's just been crazy to go thinking of that, you know, working on building sites for like 60 bucks or 60 pounds, but like 60 bucks a day, bro, slaving away all day. And it's like, yo, it's crazy to think like I've done all that to now be, coaching, like training and working around really interesting people. But yeah, the Timberland thing come about, it was random. Like, I was new to being in Miami, and I was looking for clients and stuff because I was coaching back in the UK before I come here. So yeah, whatever, I was looking for work and whatever. So I got to this one gym, and it was a friend of, at the time, my girlfriend, ex-wife. But yeah, it was a friend of hers. So she helped me out with the situation. I got a call up if I wanted a client tomorrow morning at 9:30, a VIP client, and I was like, yeah, for sure. Like, you know, I need clients for sure, whatever. I don't care who it is. And then I rock up and it's Timberland, and crazy. We obviously had a great session. I told him my rate or whatever, like for the session for the week. He paid me double. He was like, nah, bro, cool. I loved it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that was it. We just kicked it off. 4.5, nearly 5 years later. You know, I'm still coaching him. He's moved to several gyms since that, but I've always been there for his boxing. So it's pretty dope that he's kept me involved. You know, I've been around his journey. Like, we vibe out stuff after training, before training. You know, he's always giving me talks. Bro, we talk for like an hour and a half sometimes. He'll be just spitting knowledge to me, mate. Like, it's a blessing. It really is. It's awesome to be around these people, and I try and grow with them, you know.
Well,
but yeah,
Mike and I are big like hip hop guys, and as you can see by my Wu-Tang fucking forever thing here, Timberland like is like our era. We came up in the 90s and the early 2000 rap era, and Timberland. And when I saw that you were training him, I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck does that even happen, dude? What is that?
Yeah.
I was with him today. I was training this morning.
No shit.
Yeah. We finished up training and that, and he's got like these electric bikes he's making. Bruv, they're so sick. So he's like, yo, take it out for a spin. So I was on this like electric bike. Wow, like just mad. It's like a little motocross bike, but it's a pedal bike, but it's got an accelerator on it. So yeah, now we was having a bit of fun after training today. Yeah, man, such cool people. Really, you know, real good vibe to be around. But yeah, crazy. Sometimes I forget the situation I'm in and where I'm at and where I'm living, and you know, I appreciate it totally. And I wake up every day, it feels like I'm on vacation. You know, I'm like, wow, palm trees, sunlight. We don't have that in the UK, son. So it's like blessing every day. I can go to a swimming pool every day. Like, it's beautiful. Go to the beach, you know, things like that. But then I forget.
Is that where I can find the tan? Over at the beach, by the beach.
The beach,
so I'm fucking missing out on that beach. Son of a bitch.
Wherever I'm at, I coach out like Tim, like we work outside in the sunlight. I got a few other clients around like South Beach and that, just teach them outside, just hitting the sunlight. So yeah, no, it's pretty dope. It's really good.
So I have to bring this up because when I talked to Kyle last week, he goes, "Oh, I'm trying to get Jake on the show because I've been talking to him and I just saw him and he was at the press conference for the friggin' Woodley, Jake Paul, fucking craziness that happened on Showtime, right?" And I had no idea. Like I hadn't seen it yet. You know, I hadn't seen it at that point, but he told me, he filled me in. I was like, oh my God, I gotta fucking put this thing on now. And some shit happened with Mama Woodley.
Yep.
And you can't hear everything, and there might be other angles and shit, but I didn't see them. What the hell happened there? I don't even know. Like, I watched it and I still was like, I'm not sure what anybody said.
First off, no one disrespected Woodley's mom. Let's just get that straight, because obviously there was so much hate towards Jake and the team, and obviously I'm part of the team, so I was getting like bare shit from people. Well, it was crazy. But at the end of the day, like, it was nothing. It literally was like one of the other fellas, we were like laughing and giggling, shouting at, yo, like, to our, obviously it was up when they was like facing off, and one of our guys was like, yeah, man, you got this, you got your team behind you, backing you, blah blah blah. And then Woodley's mom was sitting like nothing, like a couple meters behind us, and she goes, it's okay, you've got your mama. And then our boy was like, yeah, okay, but it's not the third grade, and was like laughing and was just like giggling. You know, it was nothing like an insult. It was just, and that was it. The sister popped off, come straight over, got in my boy's face. I was like, what'd you fucking say to my mum? What'd you say to my mum? Like, yo, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you, I don't care about any of you. And that was it. Obviously, I walked straight over there to try and defuse the situation. And then there was someone else that was behind my boy. So it was like the sister and then the other fella that was with Woodley. And I was like, yo, that looks like a very uncomfortable situation. Let's go handle this. So obviously I went straight over there, obviously instantly, to try and separate. I was like, guys, no trouble. I'm just here to try and separate it. We were just trying to pull people apart. People were still shouting and effing and blinding. The sister and that was going crazy. And like, our guys were being pretty quiet, but there was just one other fella. So obviously I went over to him. I was like, yo, mate, calm down. Like, relax. I was like, guys, let's keep it professional. I was like, there's cameras everywhere. Like, yo, this is so stupid. Like, you're so stupid.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like Tyron is not as thugged out as he tries to pretend he is. I don't know. Like, I mean, I know he was defending his mom, but he was really like fucking trying to turn up the fucking gangster shit real quick. And I'm like, man, something about him doesn't seem genuine. Like, he seems like he's trying to be a tough guy when in reality he's probably a pretty decent dude. And like, he don't want to be like that. You know what I mean?
Times, like, we're not buddies, like, we're not, you know, we don't train together or nothing like that. Like, I've seen him literally in person maybe a couple times, and I've just literally said hello. As far as I'm aware, he's cool in the gym and stuff. I've seen his mum, I met his mum. You know, whatever. I don't know what he's got up to outside of his gym. I don't know what personal stuff he's get up to. Who knows? He might be thuggish, he might be into whatever, but he might not be. I don't know. At the end of the day, there's no need to really try and find out. At the end of the day, it is what it is. The guys, you know, beefed it out. They had the fight. You know, I wonder if he's going to get the tag.
I could tell you that you could probably battle rap him and win.
I don't know about. I'm really. I already try and put like sound like words together, like in my car. I'll have some beats on and I'll try.
Nah, it's not a good look. So, hey,
I don't know. I'm willing to bet. I'll put money on it.
Yeah.
You don't even need one song, one practice round, nothing.
You know,
that's how bad. I'm talking bad.
Yeah,
he's bad.
There's an interesting statistic about Tyron Woodley, and I'm not trying to pile up on Tyron right now because maybe if he comes on the show, he's going to want to kill me. But he has literally beaten 0 asses since he put out that song, I'll Beat Your Ass.
That's true.
He put out that song, and I think he's lost 5 straight fights since he put out that I'll Beat Your Ass.
It's true.
Ooh, that's not a good look. Not a good look. So let's move on to Jake Paul, dude. Now, Jake Paul, you hooked up with him. You were training with him. You were down in Puerto Rico with him. Does he he seems to be taking the sport of boxing extremely serious. He's putting the time and the money into it, and he's really not that bad. And
no matter how annoyed people get and how much they want to punch him in the face and how much they hate him and whatever, jealousy, whatever it is, he's taking it seriously.
He's gone out, he's performed, he's done, and you know, all the fucking like Josh Burns was saying, all the keyboard warriors out there could be like, oh, he just fucking boxed a wrestler. Tyron Woodley's a wrestler, a grappler. Tyron Woodley's a fucking 5-time UFC champion, and he's knocked many people out, and he knocked Robbie Lawler out, you fucking morons. So to go in there and box his fucking head off 6 out of 8 rounds, Jake's making some pretty good progress. What would you say about him?
Bruv, like I got a call up for sparring originally with him for the Ben Askren fight. And I remember going down to that spar and bruv, he caught me with some shots. And I was like, what the fuck? I was given a heads up that this dude can box. So I was like, yeah, cool. So I went there with my head on. But obviously I was nervous straight up because obviously it was Jake Paul. Obviously I knew his crew was going to be there. I knew there's going to be cameras. I had to sign a waiver. I couldn't do video like this, that, and the other. And then, yeah, bro, he hit me with some shit. And I was like, yo, dude woke me up, bro. He uppercutted me, yeah. And he hit me in the mouth and like he detached my top lip. I had to have all like stitches up in the top of my mouth. Oh, like, he hit me with some stuff. I was like, what? Anyway, then I went to spar him again. I had a bit better sparring then for sure. Like when I say better sparring, I mean like, honestly, like he was still beating me on some rounds. Like I was struggling to like fill out his range and feeling he's awkward, you know, and he's long. And man, like he hit me with some stuff and he hurt me, bro. He was jabbing me in the chest, same spot, constantly, like on the end of that stick, like bang, bang. And he was jabbing me in the chest, bro. He popped one of my ribs like popped out. Like the dude hits hard, like bro, the dude bangs, like no joke. And what I love about his last fight is that. Actually, let me go back to that. So whatever, that was that. And then I got called up to go back out to sparring again. And they wanted me originally at the beginning of their camp. But obviously I fought Julian Lane and my face got fucked up. So I couldn't go and spar. So after like 4 weeks, I spoke to BJ. He reached out, obviously his coach. And he said about me coming out to Puerto Rico for a week sparring. And I was like, yeah, bro, for sure, I'm down. So I went out there. We had one spar, wicked sparring. Really good rounds, first rounds, like our first spar again since the Ben Askren, and Jake was well sharper, mate. His boxing was already way better. But yeah, I put some good work in with him, you know. And they was like wicked. And they was talking about the following week, so then they wanted me to stand up a week to like finish up the rest of camp. I was like, cool. So then we had like a few more spars again. They were really good spars, solid rounds, man, super solid rounds. And like I say, like you know. Jake didn't catch me with too much like big shots, and then like there'll be one random one like bing, and he'll catch me. It was like right hand, bro. It was always that right hand. Our last spar before the end of camp, bro, he knocked me out. The dude banged the right hand, it bounced off my head, my fucking knees folded in. I started scrapping back. Like, I was happy that he finished off camp with a nice spar and landing a really nice shot to finish up the spar. But yeah, man, it was really good rounds. Mate, listen, the team are really working well with him. They run that shit like, bruv, such structure. Every single person in that group has like got a job. Everyone has their role. It's like a business. It's like a role. Mate, honestly, the dude really puts in work, like legit, like a professional, using a hyperbaric chamber, like resting, make sure he gets his recovery. He's got a chef, personal chef, Chef B. What a geezer, makes banging food. But he's got a personal chef, obviously makes his food. He's got someone taking care of like other nutrition things and whatever, like blah, blah, blah. Just like,
well, you know, having money helps.
It does, but it's
because when you can afford to have all that shit. Yeah, that's why I don't hate on Jake for that though, because Jake made a bunch of money growing up, and now he's devoting all his time and money into sharpening his craft as a boxer, and I don't fucking hate that at all.
There's a lot of people who make money, they don't all spend their money to fucking fight professional fighters.
Listen,
when they're a fucking YouTuber that people fucking hate their guts because of whatever reason. And that's takes a lot of fucking nuts, I think. And listen, I probably even months ago, I was like, this fucking guy's gonna get his ass kicked. Fuck this guy. Swear to God, you know, I'm not gonna fucking lie. That's how I was. This guy's gonna get his ass kicked. I watch fighting all the time. I'm a fucking keyboard warrior, and I'm gonna say this guy's gonna get his fucking ass kicked. That's it, period. And then, you know, when he fought Ben Askren, obviously I know Ben Askren can't fucking fight standing up. But for some reason, I was like, yo, Ben Askren, he fucked people up in MMA. He's going to fuck him up. There's no way. And then he got knocked out. Boom, like that. And then I stopped. And I had to fucking have a fucking conversation with myself that night. At fucking midnight, 3 Red Bull and vodkas deep, I sat there and I said, Mike, you're fucking stupid. You got to quit the shit, man. Like, what am I just going to keep hating? Am I a hater? I'm not a hater. I've never been a hater. I just thought I knew, but I didn't know. I was fucking wrong. So I had to fucking try to sway myself out of my bias and say, listen, the kid's fucking training. He's rich. People fucking hate his guts. It is what it is, but he's putting his money in. And yeah, he's got money, but he's getting his fucking training in, and he must be doing something. And then when he fought Woodley, I said, he's got something. And that's why Woodley... Yeah, he pulls back and he fails to fucking pull the trigger a lot. We all know that about his last so many fights. But here's the thing. When he hit fucking Jake, the reason he didn't go in could have well been that he felt Jake's punches and he knew, hey man, if I get fucking caught with this, I don't want to be the guy that got fucking knocked out like Ben in the first round or the second round or whatever. I at least make it through this fight. I cannot be fucking reckless.
Yeah, I know. No, I hear you. Like, at the end of the day, with that fight, like Jake showed up, but like he's way better than that. Like he is way better than that, son. But he's still done what we had to do to, get through that fight. And I'm happy for him. And I spoke to him in the changing rooms after. I said, bruv, straight up, mate, that was good for you. I was like, you needed some rounds. You need to feel that pressure, work through being tired, being hit with some shots. Like, dude got hit with some clean shots. Like, I've banged him with some clean shots in the gym, mate, and he eats them, Like, yeah, like the dude, and that is why I respect him. As much as everyone talks their shit and people say to me, like, why'd you fuck with Jake? Oh my God. And like, oh, I'm following you. Like, you're a fucking hypocrite. You're a traitor. This fucking random shit. I've never from our first spar, I respected him because I was like, bruv, the dude's putting in work, he's hustling, and the dude can fight. And I banged him with some shots and he ate them and gave him straight back. Like, I've got utmost respect to you for doing that. I've sparred with, bruv, many people. I bang people and people like, pussy out of shit situations. I've sparred with UFC guys and lit them up. No problem. I sparred with Jake, bro. Like, dude's technical, especially because it's boxing. Like, the stuff that he works and whatever, his angles, like, in the gym, bro, like, we get really good work, man. It's been really solid. But at the end of the day, the kid's 24. He is a YouTuber, whatever. Whatever money, like the money he's got and the amount of eyes that he's putting on the sport. People can talk as much shit as you like. At the end of the day, it's entertainment.
He's entertainment, but he's also, he's not. I mean, the boxing purists and the fucking old school, like my father-in-law and those kind of guys will be like, this guy's a fucking stain on the sport of boxing. No, he's not. He's actually bringing eyes back to boxing, and he's opening his mouth about things that people don't want to talk about, like fighter pay.
The amount of shit he talks to Dana White is insane.
And like rigging shit, and like he's like, fucking dude, blah blah blah. He doesn't give a fuck about anything he says.
No, he doesn't.
I think it's almost. I don't want to call him a breath of fresh air because people might start fucking hating me. Just
he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's he really doesn't give a fuck. And like I said, I have nothing but respect for the fact that he made his fortunes prior to fighting, and he decided, I want to take my money and my time and my youth and my athleticism and try to become a fighter. Now, do I think he should be calling out guys like Canelo? Maybe not there, Jake. Maybe fucking pump the brakes on that one for a fucking second.
It's you know what it is, though. You know what it is. You know why he says that?
Yeah. He's a smart guy, dude.
It works.
So that, like, I think it's super cool that you fucking got yourself involved with him, and I'm sure you're going to be involved.
Cool group, bro. Honestly, like, And it was nice that this time when I went to Puerto Rico, like I was staying with Jay Leon, so like we was vibing out every night, you know, and really getting to know these people. And bruv, they're like every single person is like such a character, and like everyone's from somewhere different and like different background, and like everyone's got their deep history and shit. So it was like, bruv, I fit in. I'm just talking my shit, just being myself.
Do they party?
Bruv,
Do they like party real
no.
hard? I would imagine. No.
Super professional before this fight. Yeah, no, super professional.
What about after the fight? They go after it pretty hard.
We went to a couple spots. I had a few drinks, bro. I was drinking straight out the bottle. Oh god, I never drink, but I was like, fuck it, let me air down tonight. So I did. I really had a blast. But yeah, no, I was on a nice level. But I was just like around the team, you know, just make sure everything was sweet because there was, bro. I've never been around like a celebrity or like people of that caliber and seen the amount of people and the attention that it brings. I've never been there for that or experienced that. So that was an experience of its own. It's crazy, bro. Like crazy, but it was awesome. You know, it was a blast. I had a really good time, man. It was cool.
Now, let me ask you about Stefi Cohen's fight coming up. Are you training with her? You've been helping her with that one, getting ready for that, and her opponent changed, right?
Opponent changed, yeah. She's got like an MMA girl now. I've done some training with her. You know, I still give her tips. You know, she said, no, if when I was in Puerto Rico, for example, you know, she sent me a sparring. You know, I'll tell her my views on it and what I feel wrong, right, and we'll discuss it and shit. So yeah, you know, I'll give my pointers out as much as I can. But yeah, no, I think she's definitely ready to go rumble, son, for sure. You know, she works. She's one of the hardest working people I know, like for real. You know, she's really studying a lot of boxing.
If she brings a shred of the power she has in her fucking powerlifting into the ring, I feel bad for the fucking person on the other end of that hand, dude, because I just saw a video of her fucking squatting 405 for 5 times. And
yo, bro, birds of face, bro.
Yo, 225 on the bench for 7 reps.
I'm about to do 140 for the PT test, son.
I mean, like, what is she? I mean, she's a small girl, right? She's like 5'3" or 4, 135.
We saw her at BKFC 18, right? Wasn't she there?
She's 5 foot. She's an inch being a midget. I think that's the word.
Wrong. No, you're right.
Inch away from being a midget. So she's 5 feet tall, bench pressing 225 for 7 fucking reps. Are you fucking kidding me?
What? I think she weighed 125 and pulled like 575 or 565, like 4.5 times her body weight. I can't remember what it was exact number.
I feel like such a bitch.
Disgusting, son. Yo, that's a statement alone.
I'll tell you right now. Hey, so when my last deployment, I got really into like deadlifting and stuff like that, and 555 was the most I ever pulled off the floor, and I felt pretty good about
Kyle was trying to be the Kuwaiti champion over there.
Yeah, but for my weight class. But dude, to see a 5 foot tall, 125 pound girl pull 575, I want to go jump out my fucking window right now.
Yo, crazy, man. Yeah, crazy. No, I say the work and the time and effort and energy that she put into like being able to hit them kind of numbers, like she's doing the same with her boxing. You know, she's studying that shit. She's always watching videos, watching sparring stuff back, always studying, like always really trying to, you know, really blossom fast, you know. So now I really truly respect her hustle, you know, in the boxing world and the boxing scenes. You know, she's trying to make an impact herself. And yeah, I say she sticks to it, mate. She hopefully for sure be dropping some bodies, you know.
It's fucking.
She's too young.
You run with a crazy crowd of people. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, I've got some interesting characters around me, son.
You got a lot of characters. Now let's get to you. And now your face is all healed up. You're looking in shape. You look good to go. When is the next time we see you back in the squared circle?
So the squared circle, hopefully around November time.
November 6th.
No, November time. I don't know if I can say or not.
Okay,
so there's a lot of
not New York. Okay, so listen, there's either New York or Miami, and if it's not New York, it's Miami. We'll just leave it at that.
You know, bit of a giveaway. So yeah, fuck it, whatever. So hopefully Miami, November. Yeah, don't know on opponent, not too sure yet. Yeah, bro. Hopefully go in, get a nice dub. Yeah, bro. I think hopefully as soon as well, I'll be putting some boxing gloves on. So that'll be something to be thrown into the mix also. For sure, mate.
Staying busy. I mean, dude, hey, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get on one of those fucking Jake Paul cards. You know what I mean?
Son. There we go. Now we're thinking.
Now we're thinking. That's what I'm saying. Like the second biggest pay-per-view of the fucking year. You might as well get on that bitch.
Yeah, for sure. Go there and put some work in, you know. So
fucking might as well. You're already putting in the work. You might as well fucking hop on the card.
November, like super buzzing, you know, like coming from that Julian fight. Bro, come on, the dude was banging me in the face. The dude dropped me and I laughed at him and got back in his face. I was like, come on.
You were laughing after the fight.
I know.
You got a fucking big ass gash on your face and shit. You were laughing.
I don't know, man. I'm an individual, son. But yeah, no, that was a real wake up call. So I'm really looking forward to unloading some knuckles on someone's head, mate. I am. Really
Who's your opponent?
I have no opponent as of yet.
Come on. Who is
it? Mike was just trying to dig some information.
Yeah, you know, I really fucking sneakily tried to get that opponent out.
If you keep asking me, maybe I'll let you know another time when I find it. But yeah, no.
You know what I just noticed? I got your autograph on my wall right over there.
That's right. Correct. Oh, he does.
Posted.
Yeah, I got one of those posters when we were down there for the event. We were covering the Miami event or the Hard Rock event.
Yeah,
you and Julian.
Miami,
Hollywood, Fort Lauderdale, wherever the fuck that was.
You gotta say Miami, Tom.
Yeah,
man. That was a great time, great event. I mean, it was a long event. Dude.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh, what's that? Which one was it? The Lane one.
BKFC 18. Yeah.
That shit was forever.
Yeah, it was that was a long night. That
it was a nice place, but I don't like that fucking auditorium type shit.
I would
like an arena.
Arena is better.
Yeah. It was a long night. My night was extra long, bro. My face was a mess, bro. Yo, I left that place like my face was just like, well, half of it was just like elephant.
Yeah, you had a fucking big ass gash on your eye.
I had something like 26 stitches. I had like multiple stitches and then over the top. I had like I had three cuts. But yeah, man. Bro, yeah, it was a long night. Yeah, I was in a little bit of pain that night.
Yeah. Let's get you back in there. November, Miami. You know what I thought of today, Jake and Mike? I didn't tell you this yet.
What's that?
So we're going to be covering the New York event, November 6th.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, dude, there's an event November 12th in Miami. Amy and I turned 40 4 weeks apart from each other right around that time. If I pitch it to her, let's go to Miami for our 40th birthday. We go down there. Me and Mike cover the event.
Yeah, we could go down there too.
Spend 3 or 4 days on Miami Beach, fucking celebrating the birthday.
Yeah,
let's go.
I'm telling you,
man.
There's no ulterior motives.
No, it's all for our birthday. Amy.
That's right. No problem.
That's it, man. We'll get our ass down there. Now, hey, before we let you go, I mean, I feel like you have so much going on in your life. We can talk forever, but we'll get you back on when you can finally talk about who you're going to fight in November. Yep. We all know how the BKFC is about releasing information until about 2 weeks before the fucking fight.
Bro,
goddamn crazy.
Yo, I know, 100%. For sure. When I know some news, get me back on. Be good to talk about what I got coming up and what, anything new that's going on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And before we let you go, we're going to do a quick speed round with you. 5 questions. Get to know Jake Bostwick for our fans. Here we go. Number 1, what is the weirdest thing that you've ever seen in someone's house?
Oh, weirdest. Yo. God, that's weirdest thing that I've gone, yo, that's weird. Bro, a lot of things. What's weird? I don't know. I'm weird. I don't know what's weird.
He's like, turn around and look at that dog on my wall right now, motherfucker. I got some weird shit in my.
Yo, that's it.
Yeah, that dog's great. I've been staring at that goddamn thing this entire interview.
I'm sorry, bro. My bad.
No. It's cool. I love it. I mean, like, there you go. Timberland doesn't have a gold-plated toilet, or fucking Jake Paul doesn't have a fucking gold-plated AK-47 in his house, nothing like that.
No, I got one of Jake Paul mum bowls and a fork though. But that's pretty cool. Stole it.
Stole it.
Hey,
No, bro, the hotel, I had some food and then I had it left over and I had to leave. So I was like, oh, might as well keep it. So I put it in me luggage. Weirdest thing, honestly. I really, I don't know. Can I like come back to that one maybe?
All right, we'll go back to that one.
As we were talking, I've been trying to look through my computer for pictures and shit of you because I know I had a couple of pictures of the BKFC 18 and I was saying you were laughing. So there you go. There's one I took of you.
No, I haven't seen that picture.
What's that?
I haven't seen this picture.
I took that picture.
Mike took that picture.
Bruv, what?
Yeah, I took that picture during the this was right after the fight ended. You walked over and then here's you laughing.
Yo, bro,
you're laughing all fucked up with your blood and shit.
Why have I not
Dude,
got
crazy.
That's classic.
I'll send them to you. I'll send them to you. I think I have video of this too. So I've been searching as we've been talking. I've been looking on my computer trying to find them. I finally found them. So I'll send them to you.
Yeah, awesome, bro. Thank you.
They're pretty crazy, man. That you're fucking laughing. Your whole face is fucking bloody. I mean, this is the thing. People have to respect what you guys do. You know what I mean?
Crazy. Well, night. What's the next one?
Question number two. What stereotype did you hear about America or Americans that was true and what was false? So before coming over here, what'd you hear? Like, Americans are all a bunch of fat pieces of shit.
You know, I hear America's fat, which it is, but so is the UK. It's very fat, you know, is what it is. What did I hear about? I thought everyone, well, not everyone, but like when you think about Americans and how they would sound, I would expect like what's kind of like the twang.
Forrest Gump. Like a bunch of fucking morons.
Like a Southern type voice, or
yeah, like Southern.
Hey, how you doing there, guys? Like
exactly. That was bang on the money.
Hey,
so I'm like, that's what I'm expecting a little bit. Yeah. I come here. Well, I'm moving straight.
Welcome to America. Hey, hello.
Exactly.
Pleased to meet you.
Exactly that.
Except
bro.
you run into us.
That to me is America. Straight up.
It's so different. All the areas are different. We have all fucking like it's almost like we have our section. We're all sectioned off. Like it's weird.
Everyone's so different. Everyone sounds so different. I say I moved straight into Hialeah, so like it was like everyone's Cuban. So that was another culture. It was crazy. Awesome though. Great experience. But yeah, that was so the American accent. So yeah, that was false. And what was true? I was told about traffic in Miami. That's true, bro.
Traffic in America can suck a dick all collectively.
Yes, I know, but bruv, Miami traffic, especially if it's wet and they got like the old like drainage systems. Like today, bruv, I'm driving through literally lakes, like little rivers, bruv. Like the roads are like fucked, bad, so bad. But like, yeah, legit traffic, 100%. And that's true.
That is true. Who can deadlift more, you or Stefi Cohen?
I can. She's not been lifting like super heavy for a little bit as she's been boxing. Plus, I'm just way more hard, you know.
What do you deadlift? 6?
I pulled 601 to my quads, conventional, when I was running antibiotics, and I wasn't even training for deadlift. And I just had a mad day where I felt strong, and I pulled that shit to my quads. That day I pulled 575, and that was solid. And that weren't sumo, and sumo is my shit. So that was conventional also. But yeah, honestly, if I really worked, because I did want to compete in like January at a powerlifting meet. Actually on Stefi and Hayden. Hayden's her fiance. So Stefi and Hayden's their show. So as far as I'm aware, they're running a show in January, and I really wanted to jump on it. And hit and go for a deadlift. In my head, I'm looking at like 7 to 750 on a pull. If I really train for that, I'll for sure get that, you know. But I think if I'm working too much with the strength, like really working heavy like that, I think it's going to interfere a little bit with like my sparring and stuff. So I think I just want to kind of concentrate on the fighting for the rest of this year. But I do hope to at some point hit some sumos for sure, bro. That's my shit. I love picking my weight.
So at one of the places I was overseas, there was a civilian contractor there that was like a trainer in one of the gyms, and he saw me deadlifting one day, and they called him Skinny Man, and he was this 53-year-old 6'2" black dude that weighed about 185 pounds, 6'3", 185 pounds. So he's not jacked, he's not giant, but he's ripped out of his mind. Fucking guy pulled 800 off the floor or 8 something. And I'm like, what the fuck? He came over to me. He's like, hey, man, let me work with you for a little bit. You'll be pulling 7 in like a month. And I'm like, I don't even want to do that. I was like, I got to be honest with you. I'm okay with the mid 5s, and I'm okay with that. So thank you for the offer, Skinny Man, but I'm going to fuck off.
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, Dave, it'd be nice to pull some weight like that, and I would love to be able to say I've done that. At the end of the day, to learn from someone like Stefi, you know, she's legit a mini me. Like Big Man was saying earlier about that other fella, she is a mini me. Like her size of her limbs to her body, torso, her legs, like the way her stance
built
is
the same,
like really kind of very similar. So like, you know, when she teaches her sumos and stuff, like for sumos, like my legs and like my height, everything is like perfect. So if I was ever gonna like really put that work in, and she, you know, she coached me, she sends me the plans and she does them with me sometimes. So like to get knowledge from like someone with a 25 world record, you know, sumo deadlift, I think it's definitely something I can achieve, you know. So let's see in the future or maybe near future, who knows, but definitely look to try and pull some big numbers at some point.
Well, he's still strong. He's still stronger than her. Okay. Next question.
Can Jake Paul beat you in a boxing match and then a bare knuckle fight? Not one right after another, but one either or.
Could he beat you
one or the other or both or whatever? What do you think?
It's not a question I'd really like to answer, seeing as like kind of well.
You can't answer that, can you?
I have a lot of experience, and they brought me in for a reason, because I do have that experience. So like, I gave Jake some solid work. I'm very confident in my ability to beat anybody, you know. But yeah, at the end of the day, me and Jake go at it, and yeah, I'm not really gonna
plead the fifth, as we say here in America.
Plead the fifth.
What's that?
Plead the fifth.
Plead or plead?
No, plead. You plead the fifth.
What's
that
mean?
You're gonna say shit. You're gonna
that
plead
means,
the fifth.
You choose. You choose to stay silent.
At the end of the day, we kind of training partners.
Yeah,
it's never going to happen. We work together. So
you decline to answer the question that may tend to incriminate yourself.
It's called the Fifth Amendment, and you have the right to remain fucking silent.
So you don't incriminate yourself. So if you're getting arrested here in America, and a cop says to you, not that you're going to get arrested for whatever reason, but this is completely within your rights. I swear to God, this is not even bullshit. If you get arrested, don't say shit. Just zip it up. It doesn't matter if you friggin' shot somebody and they saw it. You just don't say a word. I'm not saying shit, and don't say nothing. Just talk to your lawyer.
I would like to.
Period. You don't have to say nothing. Even if they say you have.
Fifth Amendment, motherfuckers. I ain't saying shit.
It's 100% true. You don't have to say a fucking word.
Yeah, no, I've heard some stuff on that. You know, trouble with the police. Well, I have, but nothing serious. You know, so
so that's
all right.
That's the answer to question 4. Plead the fifth.
Last question: what is the biggest difference in day-to-day life between living in the UK to now living in the US?
The weather.
The weather.
Yo, the weather, the palm trees. That's it. It's the best.
Beautiful.
Bro, it is legit. Like, it really
paradise.
Bro, mate, waking up to sunlight, you just wake up happy. You know, you could be down, miserable, deep in your thoughts, mate, sad as shit. Been like it. I'll go outside, I'll look at the sun, look at the palm trees. I got them just literally outside of my on my balcony. And it's like, this is dope, you know. Bro, like the streets of South London to this, it's definitely that's the best thing. And honestly, people, I prefer the people.
Big Josh Burns says the weather in the UK is horrible. It sucks.
Yeah, and it's normally cloudy all the time, or like raining, cold, bruv. Like I don't miss having to put a jacket on and grabbing an umbrella and shit. That's long, mate. You know, like I would love love, nothing better. I legit get out of bed. I put my shorts on because I run commando. I don't wear underwear, so I just put my shorts on. I put my Crocs on. Yeah, so I got my shorts, my Crocs. Done for the day. I put my chain on, and that's it. No shirt. I ain't got to worry about taking anything out, and just get on with my day. I go into the petrol stations. I go everywhere with my shirt off. Like, it's just, mate.
It's a good life.
Mate, it's a great life, and I'm blessed, mate. So blessed that I'm in this situation, and like, it's been crazy, mate, to think where I'm at. But yeah, it's been a blessing, and I've still got so much still to show the world, son. So yeah, I'm really excited for the next couple of years, see what's gonna happen, go down. But November is something going down, so that's what's next.
Awesome.
On that, there was 2 UK fighters on that BKFC 18 card. You and Mr. Good John. Good John's not very happy with the BKFC right now, but there's another one coming. He's been living in Thailand for a while. Do you know who TJ Chang is?
TJ Chang.
Look him up. That's he's another UK guy who's been living in Thailand for the last 10 years, and he's going to be making it.
He fought at Bare Knuckle Kingdom. I don't know if you caught that.
I missed that, but I've definitely at that event though. But
so he'll be over here. He'll be over here soon. You guys will have another fucking UK fighter in the BKFC.
Yeah, that's cool, man. It's nice when they, bring in different, people from different places into the sport. It's awesome. Different countries, ethnicities, whatever. Like, it's lovely. Mix it up. People supporting from all over the world. Like, it's so awesome. And to me being a Brit and being here in Miami and having the Miami people support me and having the UK people support me, it's fucking awesome, son. It's really awesome. So. Awesome.
Well, you're an absolute character. You live a fucking awesome life. You got youth on you. I mean, you're a fucking big 32-year-old guy coming into your prime. We look forward to you getting back in the squared circle soon. November in Miami. We're not allowed to know that, but we know it now. We don't know who you're fighting, but he'll tell us
who are you
soon.
Fighting?
Yeah, who are you fighting? You really don't know. He's like, yo, I'll find out 2 weeks before the fight anyway. So
yeah, I'll probably find out.
He doesn't even know yet.
Yeah. So, anyways, before we let you go ahead and shout out anybody you want to shout out, and we'll let you get going, buddy.
Yeah, just want to shout out to obviously Hybrid Legacy. Always taking care of me. Obviously, Stefi Cohen, the company, always got my back and helping me, always supporting me with my clothing stuff and whatever. Like, awesome. They've been great support. Yeah, man. Just that's about it, really. I'm still moving around gyms and stuff at the minute, trying to figure what's going to be the next step. But yeah, bro, just follow me on Instagram, my Brutal Bostwick, and follow my journey, bro. It's going to be super exciting. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Very last thing before we let you go. There's a main event fight at BKFC 21 in your weight. You're 175, right? 175. Yeah. In your weight class, Mike Richman versus Dakota Cochrane. Are you interested in this fight? Do you have a pick for who's going to win that fight?
Oh, that's an interesting one. Garbrandt, say Cody comes out strong, I don't know. I think with the bare knuckle stuff, it really makes a difference on that first round. It really makes a big difference how you come out off the gate. But I really don't know who I could pick on that. Fudge. I'm not sure.
Plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth.
Plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
No, I really don't even know. Like, I think it's a good matchup. It's solid. Both guys are going to trade off. Like, it's so hard with that game, mate. It's such a different sport, son. Anything can happen, But yeah, I really don't have a favorite on that fight.
All right. We'll let him off the hook here. Tune in November 12th. Jake Bostwick versus Diego Sanchez at 175 pounds in Miami.
Bro.
Yeah, that's happening. So
right.
I mean, if you put something out into existence enough, it'll come true.
It's the laws of attraction.
It will come back to you. That's very true. I'll put a lot of good energy out there, and a lot of good energy finds me. I'll do a lot of good, and a lot of good comes back. Honestly, I don't post all my good, but listen, that's a big thing.
Awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys for having me. Thank you.
We look forward to talking to you again soon.
Much love, fellas. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Later.
Peace.
Yeah, dude. Awesome show, Mike. We got a bunch of fucking crazy killers on here tonight, man.
Yep.
Josh Burns fired the
Yep.
fuck up. Fired.
I have to fucking start getting ready for my first heavyweight fight. Might take me about 17 years to get there, but you know.
Josh
I
Burns
gotta get ready.
Fired up. Mike fucking Richman, cool as ice, as always. He's like that Vanilla Ice movie, Cool as Ice. Remember that one back in the day?
Yeah,
man. Fucking, I don't know why that one didn't win the Oscar. We had fucking Lorenzo Hunt, who is absolutely getting blackballed out of a goddamn title fight because Hector
he's
Lombard,
a fucking battery
I'm just gonna
charge.
go ahead and say it. He doesn't. Hector Lombard is. I'm sure Hector is a grown man and he's not afraid to fight anyone.
No, I don't think he's afraid to fight him.
But he does not want to fight Lorenzo Hunt for whatever the fuck reason it is.
What the fuck,
and he can
man?
go down to 195. Guess what? Lorenzo's at 195. He can go down to 185. Lorenzo's at 185. So he needs to do something. That fight needs to happen. Wes Combs, fucking cool ass dude. It was nice catching up with a veteran like himself. Looking forward to him fighting Houston Alexander. And then of course Jake Bostwick, man, fucking goddamn, that guy lives a cool ass life.
He's chilling. He's chilling.
Yo, there was that. Remember, I told you there was that one summer I got laid off from my job and I was about to go to the army.
Just living on the beach.
I was living on the beach. I was basically at the beach every
like a
single
fucking
day.
bum.
I you know, it's kind of gross to sound like this, but I never put a shirt on. I wore the same damn shorts every fucking day for a month, and I would wake
salty
up.
Bastard.
Yep, I'd wake up, go in the ocean, come back out, and be like, I'm clean. I'm good. I'm good for another
salty
day.
Bastard.
Yeah, get after it one more time. So I mean, like, he lives a cool ass life. Never puts a shirt on. Trains Timberland. He fucking hangs with the Paul brothers. He fucking boxes, bare knuckle boxes, power lifts with Stefi Cohen. It's just like a pretty interesting fucking cat, and I'm glad that we got him on the show tonight.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. So with that said, we have TJ Chang next Wednesday.
Yes, we do.
We are building a roster of guests for later next week. Just give us some time. You know we will not fail you.
Yeah.
You know we will not fail you. We
Behind the scenes, the inner workings are moving. Don't worry about it. Telling you.
Don't worry about it. We're going to have another all-star lineup next week. And what are you doing this weekend, Mike?
Oh, man.
Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend is going to be a lot of labor.
Oh,
exactly what it says. And I'm not talking about my wife pushing out little babies. I'm talking about myself breaking my damn back at the house.
Yard work.
Yeah, yard work, housework. I mean, there's so much shit I need to do around here. I bet you I don't even get to friggin' a quarter of it. I can't stop doing shit around here. And I just keep picking up more things to do. Man, that's just how it is. It's the name of the game.
Dan
I need
Steven
Big Steve
we're
over
up
here.
past our bedtime.
Yeah. We're about to hit 3 hours and 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And
so,
I can add. I'm smart. I'm wicked smart.
Hey, I got a golf tournament tomorrow, and then I'm playing golf again. I played golf today. I play in a golf tournament tomorrow, and then I play golf again on Saturday with my boys that I haven't seen in a while. So it's 3 straight days of fucking slapping my balls around, you know?
Yeah. Damn, man. You're just a regular golfer.
Yeah. You would think I'd be good by now, but whatever. Anyways, thank you guys all for fucking tuning in tonight. And thank you all to the guests. Go to fightersfriend.com, buy yourself some Medibles, some fucking vapes. Use Mish 20 for a promo code. Get yourself some of that good shit. Go to nextlevelsups.com/Mike and Mish. Use promo code Mish10. Get 10% off your supplements there. Go to Killfoot Clothing. Buy some cool shit like me and Mike are wearing tonight. And with that said, thank you all for tuning in, and we will catch you next week. Peace.